Yeah, we're live. I think we're live. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Okay, so coming to you guys live. This is the Ken and Crystal Survivor AMA. Ask us anything. Based on Survivor Reddit, obviously. Um, so we're gonna just talk about like our experiences on Survivor Gabon, practically, and how we started, how we had like an alliance together, and then we'll go through over like the Survivor Reddit questions later. So I haven't really spoken to Crystal in how long, Crystal? How long has it been since we spoke?
Oh
Besides
gosh, it's been
like yesterday,
mm,
but we tried to
yeah,
set up
about
and
10
stuff.
years. About 10 years?
10 years? That was like 11
No, not
years.
10
11,
years.
like 11, 12 years. Because our
Okay,
season
11
aired,
years.
our
Okay.
season aired like 12 years ago, right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
that's correct. Because I was around 21 when I played. And how old were you when you played?
Hmm. Oh gosh.
You were in the 29
In
group, right?
'08.
You were in the 29 group, right?
Yeah, I was yeah,
There's
correct.
I
Yes.
remember like after we got off our season, the majority of our cast was like around 29 for some
Yeah,
reason. Like most of
I was
the
part of that group.
most of the people were like 29.
Yeah, you're right.
And so let's just get started. Like how did like these are my questions. These aren't the Survivor Reddit questions, but like how did you start? Like were you a fan of Survivor? Like how did you get on and how was the casting process like? Did you hear me?
Wait, what, repeat that question again?
Like how'd you get on Survivor? Like were you a fan and like
Oh yeah, I
did you
was
send it?
definitely a
Okay,
fan.
were
I
you weren't recruited, right? Because I know there's a lot of
No,
recruits out there. Okay.
no, I was not recruited. I actually drove to Charlottesville, Virginia,
Uh-huh.
and I auditioned for the season before Gabon.
What season
I
was that?
auditioned for the season before ours.
Was
I
that
can't remember.
Fans vs Favorites, right?
I
Yeah,
think
Fans vs Favorites, and then China.
I think it was China because I couldn't have been.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't a fan, you know.
I mean, you could have been a
So
fan, right? Fan versus
I
Favorites.
was I was a
Uh-huh.
fan, but I went through the entire process, and then I got a call like 2 weeks prior to departure, and they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "Crystal, we don't want you for this season." And of course, I cried,
You cried.
and then I cried because I'm like, I made it so far
Mm-hmm.
to I almost got on the plane.
That's the worst feeling though when you get through casting, because casting is such a bitch. Like
Yes,
playing Survivor is one thing, but getting through the whole casting process is just as hard as winning Survivor, I think.
correct.
Yeah.
Yes. And then I got a call back, and they were like, for the new season, for our season, Gabon,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, we want to bring you back.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through the entire process again. It was
Mm-hmm.
not as stressful. I went through all the psych tests.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't as stressful, except for this time they were sizing me up for multiple reality shows because I was 6'3", an
Mm-hmm.
Amazon, and I
A,
was
a
actually
goddess. You forgot to say
thank you.
that.
Thank you. I was being casted for American Gladiators as well.
Oh, you told me about that on Survivor,
Yeah.
actually. I still remember that.
Yep. So yeah. So I ended up landing with the Gabon Castaways.
Yeah, but your casting process was okay, so when I got casted, I wasn't in your casting process. I was in
No,
like the
no.
the end because I think there was people in your casting process that they didn't like, so they took out and then they started casting a couple of
Correct.
new people. So
Correct.
who from our season was like in your casting, if you
The only
remember?
person I can remember was Ace.
Ace for sure, he stood out.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think that was it. I'm telling you, like everyone that they casted for our season, because my second recast was so much different.
Mhm.
I don't remember folks because I was more concerned about okay, which reality show is gonna peg me.
Uh-huh. So wait, you don't
So
remember
my
like
second time out to California
uh-huh.
was different.
So you don't remember Marcus or Jackie or
Oh yes. I do remember them too. I remember Marcus, I remember Jackie, and I remember Ace.
Ace.
But other than that, no, I don't hardly remember
And
anyone.
Dan. Dan was definitely in your casting process. Because
Okay,
okay, so I was actually in your Jillian was too. I was in your casting
Jillian.
process. I was in there because there was 2 waves. I remember. I went to the first wave and I saw Jillian, right? And then I went in after
Okay.
Jillian,
Okay.
right?
Yeah,
And
I remember seeing Jillian.
yeah, yeah.
Jillian was during my
So
casting
so
process.
yeah, yeah. So I was there at your casting process, but I didn't make it. So what happened was I went in right after Jillian,
Okay.
and the whole entire like casting thing, Jillian made
Okay.
the whole every single producer laugh. I came in right after Jillian. I was like, damn, this is gonna be high stakes. Cause like that old lady just freaking killed it, you know. So I went in and I don't even know. I think I bombed. I blew it. I blew it hard, and they
Hmm.
kicked me home right afterwards. I didn't even last a day, and that was it. That was it.
Really?
That was it for me. Yeah. Cause
Oh wow.
I went in and I answered these questions. All the producers had the big smile on their
Hmm.
face. I was like, okay, I'm doing good. And then
Yeah.
Lynn Spillman, who was the casting producer at the time, looked at me
Uh-huh.
and she said, "You're too nice. You're not gonna make it out there." And that was it. And then they kicked me home.
Oh,
They said I was too nice, I was too
wow.
naive, and I was not gonna make it out there. I was just gonna get eaten alive. Like you're not meant for this game. So they kicked me home. And then
Little do they know.
so anyways, after after the fact, I got called back like 2 months later,
Hmm.
and they're like, you know what? Like I think we're wrong. We're gonna um call you back this time. We were actually trying to save you for the next season, season
Hmm.
17 or something like that for Tokachins. And they're
Okay.
like, no, we need you now, so come back. So I went through the whole casting process. I still remember Paloma there because she was always
Okay.
smiling at me. I remember Sugar because Sugar was always late for everything.
Hmm.
Um, Kelly, because
Yeah.
they let us do like gym hour to work out for this like
Yeah.
Survivor stuff, and
Hmm.
um, Kelly was always doing her little workout things. So I remember
Cardio stuff.
Kelly, and I remember Charlie for sure, because I thought he kind of looked like
Okay.
Todd at the time, and he kept on, um, he was running a lot. I didn't remember, I don't remember seeing Corinne at my casting process, and I saw Michelle for sure, because Michelle came on the last day, and I was sitting on the couch, and she
Hmm.
sat like right in front of me, and she had this like, I remember wearing this big hat, and Maddie for sure. So
Yeah.
those are the people, which is crazy, because all those people like, ended up making it on the show.
Hmm.
And then we didn't see any of your group until day of, right? Like we started flying out,
Yeah.
and that experience was a little
Yeah.
that was a little weird. Cause where did we end
You
up
remember
meeting?
Maddie had Matt? You
He had a
remember
surfboard.
Maddie had that surfboard?
Yeah. So he had this huge surfboard that he was like tagging along at the airport, and he couldn't even use it.
Hmm. Exactly.
So when you went to the airport with your casting, like the people in
I
your
remember.
area, um,
Hmm.
where did we meet? Was it New York?
Yes.
Yeah, so it was New York, right? And then we flew from New
Yes. We all
York.
met up in New York.
Uh-huh.
Correct.
It was kind of crazy. It was kind of an out of
To
to Libreville, right? Libreville.
Libreville. Yeah, in
Yeah.
Libreville. Correct. Hmm.
Wait, didn't we fly to
And we got in at night.
did we fly to France first, or did we just go straight to Libreville? I think we flew to France
I think
first.
we went straight to Libreville.
Oh, it was on the
I
way
can't
back.
remember.
Okay, it was either like we flew to
Yeah,
France
we had
and
a
then um
yeah.
but yeah, when I first saw your group, I was like, whoa, like there's a lot of competitors. And I noticed you first because you were super tall. So I was like, whoa, like
Hmm.
these are the people I'm gonna compete against.
And then you probably thought about what Lynn Spillman said. Yeah, they're gonna eat you alive.
Yeah, they were a little bit worried for me. Um, but then I remember Ace like being super helpful to all the people. Like
Hmm.
he was like carrying bags for people. He was like lifting bags up at the airport, like into the little
Hmm.
crates. Uh,
Correct.
yeah. Okay, so then we get to Libreville,
Yes.
and then what happens? Do you
I
remember?
remember the bus ride. I remember I
Mm-hmm.
felt like a refugee
Mm-hmm.
for, in another country, and it was dark and it was nighttime. I remember that.
Mm-hmm. It was. You're
And
right. It was dark, and we were
yeah,
in another country. We were in
yes.
Africa.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be so honest with you. Like I felt a connection
Uh-huh.
when we touched down. I was like, oh man, like I'm in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And so yeah.
And then we
I remember going somewhere and we got on this raft boat
yeah,
looking
this
thing.
boat that was terrible. It was
Yeah,
cold. It was
and we didn't
dark.
have any food.
It was windy.
Yeah,
I was shivering.
yes,
Yeah, that was like the first. So but we got to like pre-Ponderosa afterwards though. Like it was during the morning that we did, right?
correct.
Yeah, because it
Yes,
was super. It was like I think when we landed it was like 3 a.m. or something, 4 a.m. And then we got on the boats. It was like 6 a.m.
correct.
or something
Yes,
like that.
it was crazy.
So it went from like night to day, and we drove these like
Yes.
we got into these like boats, and some people like had like boats where they could go
Mm-hmm.
inside too, so it was blocking the wind. But my raft wasn't like that,
Mm-hmm.
and so we got to pre-Ponderosa, and this is like technically when the game
Yeah,
really
I don't
starts
remember
too.
my raft being like that either.
Yeah, but this is when the game starts, right, Crystal? Like pre-Ponderosa. This is like when you judge people, because you have like they have to give you time to adapt to the situation and the area, right? You can't go into the game um with a different time zone and be
Correct.
jet lagged, right?
So I think we were there, or we were already there for like 7 days,
Mhm.
anywhere between 3 to 5,
Mhm.
maybe 7 days. Weren't we in
Mhm.
pre-Ponderosa for a few days? You remember?
It felt like a long time. It felt like 2 weeks to me, but maybe it was like 10 days.
Yeah, and I remember we weren't allowed to talk
Yeah, we were sequestered. We weren't allowed to talk to
except
anybody.
to the psychiatrist.
Yeah, and the people helping us, but
Yeah,
um, but we could look at each other, and I think that's where like pre-game alliances
correct.
started. And during our season, a couple of people cheated anyways. They like went to the restroom and they started talking to other
I
people,
remember.
and they were just like, "Oh, hey, let's just have an alliance beforehand.
Hmm.
We're good,
Yeah, I
right? We're good."
remember that.
So there was a couple of people who had the alliance, but I was like, no, I was like I was so scared that if I did anything wrong, I'd get kicked off. Because I've heard stories where people made it to pre-Ponderosa on Survivor, and then they just got sent home. They were just like a backup, and I didn't want to be that guy.
Exactly.
So
You're exactly right. I didn't want to get kicked off either.
okay, and I remember there was something that you told me during the game that you didn't like about me when we were watching. What do you remember what that was?
I don't. Oh my gosh, you held this for 12 years. What did I tell you?
Okay, so when we got an alliance, like when we were on the same tribe and stuff, like
Hmm.
you said that you didn't like it that when we were sitting at the tables, I would put my feet up on the tables.
Yes.
Yeah, I tend to do that, like just to relax.
Painful.
Wait, you're cutting out a little, Crystal. What were you saying? I don't know. You were saying something. Hold on, we have some technical issues here.
No, I was laughing. All I said was I remember that.
Okay, so I would like put my hands up like
Oh,
this. I put my feet up like this, like this, like at the tables when we're eating, just to like chill. And
mm-hmm.
she did not like that at all. So like
Uh-huh.
already at the time, like she already didn't want an alliance with me because I did that. So anybody who's like going to apply for Survivor, um, when you decide to
Hey, it's this.
just remember not to do a couple of things at Preponderosa. So then our season was a lot different. So when we first played, there was a schoolyard pick'em, right?
Wait, say that one more time.
Am I cutting out? Okay, so our season was different. Like during our season, there was a schoolyard pick'em, and not
Yes.
and not because like usually the producers and probes and stuff will put people on certain tribes and make it more fair in the beginning. But our
Correct.
season, it was just like they decided to do something different because apparently in tradition in Gabon, like the elder people usually control the tribes.
Mm-hmm.
So the oldest people were obviously Jillian and Bob from our season. So
Yes.
this is when like you could tell like for the initial start of our season, people already had pre-game alliances,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
You're right. You're
Right?
right.
Because you picked Susie of all people.
Okay. You know, I think it was more so that female power, woman
Mhm.
power.
Mhm.
She better thank me.
Yeah. And obviously it also showed because like I was one of the last pick next to Michelle. but
Okay.
you know.
I think that was
I mean
more so
that's
because of size.
okay. Maybe that was the case, but um, yeah, GC picked me, but like I
Hmm.
barely even looked at GC. But I know Kelly and Paloma like were talking in the restroom because I heard them, and I know
Yeah,
like Ace and Sugar were talking, and so this is what happened, and we got onto the Fong tribe,
correct.
and
We were a bunch of misfits.
yeah, what did you think about our tribe though when you first?
I as collectively
Uh huh.
we were misfits. We didn't mesh together. Um it was a bunch of different personalities, and I
Mhm.
don't know if CBS did that on purpose. That it was just chaos. I don't know. I didn't care too much for the Fong tribe.
I think it just happened to be like that. I think CBS didn't, or I think Survivor producers didn't want us to pick the way we did, obviously, which is why like later on they made us pick again.
Oh yeah, and I was
Remember?
fourth. I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. But they made us pick again because they felt like we did it wrong, and we still ended up doing it wrong anyways. So
If they give us free will, then
yeah,
how do you how,
exactly. But anyways, so how did this like alliance in the beginning first start though? Do you remember the first day?
our alliance?
No, it's just like yeah, our alliance, how we got together and stuff.
You remember?
Do you remember? Because of course I remember. I
Remind
remember.
me,
I
Kenny.
remember like it was only yesterday. Um,
Oh, that's because I hold a special place in your heart.
it wasn't. No. Okay, so in the beginning I came out right, and then
Uh-huh.
I went on a walk with Michelle first because I guess she wanted an alliance with me. So
Okay.
me and Michelle like did our own thing, and then
Okay.
I guess you and Susie got together, right? Wait, so you and Susie were in an alliance already for some reason. I don't know why. So your first alliance wasn't with me; it was with Susie.
Okay.
And then I go out, and all of a sudden, I talk to GC, and GC's like, yo, I picked you because I thought we could work together. We'd be like, we'll be like, Yao Man and Earl. So that's why GC picked me, because he wanted to
Okay.
be like the young Yao Man and Earl from like
Yeah,
Fiji, right? So I'm like,
correct.
I was like, cool, man, let's have an alliance. So like,
Okay.
I had a side alliance with Michelle, and I had an alliance with GC, and then
Okay.
me and GC were walking, and then all of a sudden, Susie and you come up, and then you guys are like, yo, you guys want to be in our two-person alliance, and then we made that four. That's what happened. And then Maddie out of the blue comes out of nowhere and here's Susie say that, and Susie goes, "Oh shit! Like you just heard that, so you're part of our alliance too." So that's how we had the first alliance on the day one. That's just how it all started. But
Well,
but Michelle
it
wasn't a part of
worked
that
out.
group.
It worked out for most of us.
Yeah, yeah, it did.
It worked out for most of us.
Yeah, cause like,
GC not so much, but
but Jillian was going around collecting elephant dung, while I guess everyone was like strategizing in a way. And
I,
Dan was just like out there, like I guess Dan was talking to Randy. That was it.
Dan was paranoid
He
because
was.
Dan thought we were all gonna starve
Yeah.
because of the rice.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
rice
Oh,
we didn't have fire.
let's talk about the first challenge though. This is like the first challenge, and at the time, no one knew you were an Olympic gold medalist. And and what though? Track and field.
Yes, in track and field.
Track and
Yes,
field.
and clearly
Mhm.
the first competition out the gate,
Uh huh.
we had to run up a hill.
But we had to run a
But
lot first. We had to run like then run up a
we,
hill.
yeah, we had to. We were walking because I thought we were doing a photo shoot,
Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah.
and we were walking, and I was just tired, and it was hot,
Uh huh.
and I had on flip flops. It was,
But they gave us
and
our shoes though.
at that point,
Yeah. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
it's almost like we bumped into the producers. It
Mhm.
was like bam, all these
Mhm.
cameras were there,
Yeah.
and I was dirt dog scared. I was like,
Mhm.
oh shoot, the game started.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
I was
We got
scared.
blindsided. We got blindsided hard.
Yes.
Yeah. And I remember I didn't even eat breakfast that day. I didn't eat
Mm.
lunch before the game started. I didn't eat anything because I just wasn't
Our day
hungry.
started early.
Mhm.
Remember, because they told us we were going on a photo shoot. Our day
Mhm.
started early,
Mhm.
and
Okay, so this first challenge, like we're supposed to run up
yes,
this hill, and whoever gets there
yes,
first gets like immunity for the first tribal council or something like that.
yes.
And this
I
is
think I'm last or second to last.
this is your challenge though, Crystal. You're an Olympic gold medalist. You're in track and field. So what was the issue here?
Number one,
Mhm.
it was like we had to run straight up a hill.
Mhm.
I had no climbing skills.
Mhm.
I'm used to running on a flat surface,
Okay.
you know.
Mhm.
Um, and number two, I was tired. And in
Mhm.
track and field, you prepare
Mhm.
for your event.
I see.
You couldn't prepare for Survivor,
It's
not in
it's
that
true. It's
aspect,
true. It's true. I agree.
you know. So so yeah, I'm gonna admit I sucked at most of the challenges.
I mean, you have. I think you have your ins and outs in different challenges. Like obviously, like balancing, going up hills and stuff, not your forte. But if it came
I
to like,
still don't know how people did the balancing thing. You
but
remember when we had to balance those poles?
oh yeah, yeah.
I don't understand how people how could they hold the pole
Mhm.
on their wrist?
Mhm. For that long?
Yes,
Yeah, you lasted like half a second. Not even. It was like
not even.
before Jeff even said like one. It was just like you were out. I don't.
So
Well, you're strong in your legs, not your arms. That's probably why.
I don't think that I think it has something to do with the bone structure
Uh huh.
of my hand
Uh
because
huh.
I don't think I don't
Well,
know.
well,
It
obviously
was
there was some cheating going on, and I called it out afterwards to the producers, but they didn't give a
who
shit.
cheated?
Like Maddie was cheating
How?
because listen, they told us like our hands are supposed to be like this, right, flat, and the pole is
Yes,
supposed to be like this, right, and you push up against it,
correct.
right. Maddie, instead of putting like your hands like this, he went like this, a fist like this. So he was putting a pull up with his fist like this, and not like this.
Yeah, they told us to have a
Yeah,
flat
yeah,
hand.
yeah. So Maddie was like this, like this, like this, like the whole entire time. So yeah, I could have went for hours if it was like this instead of like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But it
See, I
happens. It
try to do
happens.
right.
It happens. But
I'm surprised the course people didn't catch that.
mm, I mean, there's a little, but I don't like the challenges our season, anyways. The challenges our
No.
season were kind of not that great. Like throwing a ball down the hill. Come on, the first challenges were all right. What do you? Well,
I
okay,
remember that challenge too.
do you remember the challenge where we had to throw fruit?
I was just thinking that we must have had some type of telepathy. What is it called? Telepathy? Telepathy? Whatever.
uh,
I was thinking that. I was
yeah,
just thinking that.
yeah,
Yes, I wanted to eat the fruit so bad.
yeah,
And I don't know if it was me or somebody asked Jeff if we could eat the fruit.
yeah,
And he was like, if you eat it, you're going home.
yeah. He didn't want. I was about to take a bite out of like the watermelon at least
Okay.
because it slammed.
Yes.
But
I
but
was gonna eat it off the ground.
do you remember Ace in that challenge though? He got like a pineapple to the face. But here's the thing about Ace. Like I don't trust Ace so much because like his accent was just a little off sometimes. So like I was telling you the story the other time. Like Ace was like trying to question you about like your background, and I think he knew you
Mm-hmm.
were an Olympic gold medalist. I think he knew
Mm-hmm.
because Ace seems like the type of person who would do research on Survivor
Yes. Correct.
beforehand before he went on the show.
Correct.
So I think he knew you were an Olympic gold medalist, but you told everybody you were a
Correct.
basketball player. So he's
Yeah.
asking all these like basketball questions, and you would just answer him the same way every single time, right? And I was sitting there listening to your conversation inside our little hut, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at Ace ask you these questions, and you're trying to answer him in like a weird basketball. And I didn't know anything about basketball, obviously. So you kept on
Mm-hmm.
saying something about like point guard this, point guard that. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
And he was asking you all these questions like, does the point guard do this? Does the point guard do that or something? And he was trying to grill to you to get you to admit that you were like an Olympic gold medalist or something, but you wouldn't cave. But every single time he would ask you, his accent would change like here or there, like up and down. So I was like questioning both of you guys, like, is this guy for real? And is she for real? Like I didn't know, like you, I could tell you two were lying to each other at the time, but I was just looking at you two like going back and forth about it.
Uh,
That's pretty funny. So, anyways, I didn't trust Ace because he had this weird accent the whole entire, like a British accent, and
yeah.
then become like half American, half British. But
Exactly.
but the truth turns out that Ace really does have that because he's a dual citizenship. So like
Yes.
his backstory is like he grew up in England and then
Mm-hmm.
he also grew up in the States and back and forth. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's what it does to someone like that, right?
Yeah.
So like but on Survivor you can't trust somebody with that though, because you don't know if they're like full of shit or they're real.
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
And
Now, did he make it to? No, he didn't make it to jury. He was pre-jury.
no, 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 he got right before.
Hmm.
That was yeah, yeah. He was that.
Yeah.
I remember that tribal too, because he wanted you to go home that day, but
Yeah, it was time for him to go.
yeah, but I had to do anything in my power to try to keep you there.
Thanks for saving me,
No,
Kenny.
but to be fair, if I didn't do that, I would have been going home the next time after
Of
that.
course.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
actually, it would have been Ace. It depends. If Ace was in your situation, like
Hmm.
cause like after that tribal, like we got swapped up, and then you ended up saving me.
Yeah.
So it happened, you know. But
Yeah.
let me ask you this: like when Marcus like told you to vote me out, like were you down to do it at first?
Kenny, I'm gonna be
Be real with me.
real.
Like I'm good with it. Like don't no
What
worries.
I should have done was go back and rewatch our season
Hmm.
because
You're a little
Gray.
gray, yeah, yeah. Not crazy, but a little gray.
Yeah.
Uh huh.
I don't remember. I don't think that I would have. Um, no, we were too close. Even though we were close on the back end as well, near
Mhm.
the end of the season. I mean, the
Mhm.
end of filming.
Mhm.
No, and I think that was the turning point for Marcus to go home.
Mhm.
Once Marcus went home, like that kind of really solidified our alliance.
Yeah, but I remember you coming up to me when you told me
Hmm.
that Marcus wanted to vote me out when we first switched tribes, right? And
Yeah,
you told me that you were gonna do it until you
I
offered.
did.
Yeah, you're like, you know what? I was gonna tell you anything. Marcus wanted to vote you out and put me in his like in his alliance, but he told me six or something, and you were
Hmm.
like, oh hell no, I ain't going for six.
Yes, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yes, because we looked at the structure of
and
how we were.
I was like, Crystal, why would you go for six? You stick with me. We're going for top three.
Yes, I
And then
remember.
we're like, let's just pull in Susie and get rid of Marcus.
Yes,
And that's how we did that
yes,
because
yes.
Marcus promised you six, but if he would have promised you like second or first, would you have done it though? Probably, right? Or do you think he'd
Second or
lie?
first.
But
It
but
was
but he probably would be lying to you. Let's say if he had like was if he had a game.
okay. If he was a stronger player,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And he promised me to take me through to a final three.
Yeah.
In all reality, I probably would have,
Uh huh.
but we also knew that the Coda tribe was strong.
Yeah.
They were tight,
Yeah.
just like us.
Yep.
I think as dysfunctional as Fong was, we
Mhm.
almost kind of protected each other because if you notice the final five or final six
Yeah.
were all Fong with the exception of Bob.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Maddie was with us, but he had no other choice. Right? He wasn't like super tight. And you have called
No,
him out so many times to like stay with us, and he would just like do his own thing. But he ended up
yeah,
coming back because like I would talk to him like, dude, like
he wanted to flip several times.
he did, but he realized he didn't have a choice because like Coda would get rid of him as soon as they got rid of us. Like I actually cemented that in his head. Like I'm like, look, even though you don't trust us and like you went on you like backstabbed us a couple times. Like you
Hmm.
realize once they get rid of us, they're gonna get rid of you. Like you don't have anything like any tight alliances over there. Like I had to tell him that, and he was just like, "Oh, you're right. You're right. I was gonna do it, but you're right." I'm like, "No shit, dude. Like
But
I
then
read."
in the end, we made it through, and then
Hmm.
that ended up happening anyways. They got rid of me, you, and then him.
Yeah, but that was Sugar's dude, not Coda's doing though.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
Sugar was with us because we took her in. Um, we took her in after Jackie was gone, which is
correct.
the whole plan from the beginning because we didn't have any
Hmm.
numbers. Because like once, like the thing is like our alliances like kind of died after GC decided to go crazy.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. You want to talk about GC? I love GC, but
Yeah, I have no hard feelings. Like if
mhm.
I see GC right now, I would
Mhm.
probably give him an air hug
Mhm.
because social distancing
It
right
was just
now.
his birthday recently in the last like 2 3 weeks, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday to him. But
Yeah.
no hard feelings.
Mhm. No hard feelings.
Um, I was disappointed how he left the show. I think I was mad at him at the time.
Yeah, of course, cuz obviously like him leaving us like hurts us in numbers, right?
Exactly. But at the end of the day, only the strong survive out there in Survivor, and it's a brutal, ruthless game. So it weighs on you mentally and physically. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't, he did what he did. It's okay. No hard feelings, GC.
Mm-hmm. And you remember that time when Kelly first got to Fog? Because after like the second pick, whatever, I decided to pick
Hmm.
Kelly and stuff. And then
Yeah.
GC, this is when GC already, I think it was like when GC left. And GC and I would like scatter like our whole camp area. And there
Hmm.
were, and GC would tell me like all the secrets. Well, we go scavenger, but there's a secret that GC and I had. It was where the little grape berries were, and
Okay.
they were super rare. They were like these little berries that tasted like grapes, and they
Uh-huh.
they grew up like all the way up like in the savannah. In order to go up
Uh-huh.
there, it's like a truck. Like you have to scatter the savannah, dodge all the
Uh-huh.
termite mounds in the heat, in the hot
Hmm.
rising heat under the equator.
Yeah.
Um, but after GC left, like I took Kelly up there to get some of these like berries,
Okay.
and then you were in the hut, um, and we came all the way up there, and I found this giant grapeberry,
Okay.
right? And a couple like other small ones. And I came back, and you're like, "Did you guys find anything?" And then like I pulled out my pocket, and I showed you this big giant grapeberry. Do you remember that?
No, but did I eat it?
You don't remember? And I surprised you. I'm like, "This is for you, Crystal."
Oh,
And you're like,
thank you.
"Oh, grapeberries! They're so rare out here." You don't remember that? And you grabbed
Oh
it, and
God.
you like you ate it like super fast. It wasn't even like savory. You just freaking like devoured it. And then
Because I was probably starving.
yeah, and then guess what happened afterwards? You don't remember? You spit out
No,
you spit out the seed, right? And the
I was
seed's
supposed
like
to eat it.
the seed's this big, and I'm like, Crystal, did you realize if you break open the seed, it's also a nut? And you're like, oh really? So you like cracked open the seed and you ate it like afterwards, the inside, because it was like a nut. You remember that time?
I'm sorry,
But
I don't.
Kelly was
But you
Kel-
did such a great job reminding me.
but
Oh gosh.
Kelly was so jealous though, because she wanted it. But I saw it first, and I was like, no, that's for Crystal.
Oh, thank you for the
Yeah.
berries. Oh,
You don't remember those
see,
times?
stuff like that should have made the
Yeah, but
editing.
they decided to, I don't know what they put in. They put in more drama stuff about like the rice
Yeah.
situation and stuff. But
Oh, that was messed up.
but you didn't and I remember one time you didn't spill the beans, but you spilled the rice. Remember?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember
Uh,
spilling the
What
rice.
what
I
happened?
remember
Like how did you
spilling.
spill the rice?
I was in the hut and
Uh-huh.
I think my foot kicked it over,
Uh-huh.
but we weren't rationing the rice well anyways.
Uh-huh.
And
You know why we
I
weren't
think Ace
rationing?
got mad at me. Somebody got mad at
It
me
was Maddie and Ace. That was like they were like
because we all thought we were gonna die.
yeah. I remember, dude, after you spilt the rice,
We all thought,
like you went off and like I guess you were doing like a interview with the producers or a confessional or something. Maddie and Ace came to
hmm
me and they're like, she's gotta go. Like that's too much. Like this is over. Like Crystal's gotta go. And I'm just sitting there like, oh shit. Like they want to vote her out like next because she spilt the rice.
oh
And this is
shoot.
and this is a time when like Sugar was at Axel Island, so it was just like three boys and you, and like you spilt the rice, and Maddie was like so mad. But we were in like a deficit in rice since the beginning because Maddie was just a pig. He ate so much, you know? Crystal, you're freezing on me. Hello, Earth or Crystal? Oh no, I think she froze.
Okay.
Okay, you're back. You're back. You're back.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There was a couple things that I didn't like about Maddie when we were out there. One, he ate too much rice,
Yeah.
and two, after we collected a lot of firewood, he would just throw it into the fire. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Okay, so
Yes.
so one time Ace wakes me up in the morning. And he's like,
Hmm.
Kenny, I need your help. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it, Ace? I'm down to help you. He's like, well, we don't have enough firewood for the night. we have to go get the forbidden log. So I was like, what's the forbidden log? And he's like, the forbidden log. Like, it's so heavy that I need your help. So we go into the jungles, and he's like, there it is. This is like a freaking stump or some shit. And I'm like, okay, let's pick it up. So I go up to it. I'm trying to pick it up. I'm like, oh shit, it's so hairy. I mean, so heavy. It was a little hairy too, but it was
Uh-huh.
so heavy. Like this log was so heavy. It was like so dense, right? He's like, yeah, we gotta get this one for the night. So like him and I like
Uh-huh.
pull it out, and we couldn't carry it. We had to roll it back to camp. And after we were like freaking shitless tired, like after me and Ace did that, like we sat there and we're like, oh man, good job, man. Manny comes and takes it and just freaking rolls it into the fire. And we're like, dude, like what is wrong with you? And our campfire would be so huge. Do you remember? Like it was
Yeah.
like a bonfire.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why he did
Yes.
that. Like why did he do that?
I don't know. Maybe that was part of his gameplay.
But that's not even gameplay. That's just stupid. That's just dumb.
Yes. You know why I think Susie lasted so long? Because she did collect a lot of firewood too.
She did. She did. That
You
was her
know.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Susie lasted long because she clogged the firewood. I think she lasted long because because like no one was out to get Susie, really, right? She was just there,
Yeah. She
right?
flew under the radar. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you had a target on your back.
Yeah.
Like Coda like wanted to get rid of you like ASAP.
Yeah.
Maddie had like they want to get rid of Maddie. Like I mean, I talked to
I don't know
Corinne.
why they hated me so much though. I never did anything to them. Okay,
It's because your
why did
size.
they hate me?
Your size. As simple as that. And also like
So they
you were also very outspoken too, Crystal. You know like here's the thing with you.
yeah.
I'll tell you right now, if you ever play Survivor again, right?
Oh
I don't know
God.
if it's
Yes,
good.
I noticed.
I don't know if it's good or bad, but if you
hmm
remember tribal council, right? We'd go to every single tribal council, right?
hmm
And Probes, this is his chance to like ask you questions about what's going on in camp, drama, whatever,
hmm
right?
Yes.
Do you remember what when he goes like when he asks me things? Do you remember anything?
No, but I remember when he asked me, and I was very
Okay,
straightforward.
so this is what happened at tribal council. He'd ask like Maddie would just say stuff. He'd ask like Dan would say stuff. He'd go to me, and I say, "No, Jeff, I love this tribe. Everything's going great." And he would hate it, because I would give him no information. But whenever he wanted information, he'd go straight to you. Crystal, give me the lowdown. Oh, Jeff, this fucking tribe is trash. Oh my god, like, blah, 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 blah. And his face just lit up. But when he went to
Oh,
me, he hated it. I wouldn't give him any answers, and he'd be like, Kenny, shut the fuck up. I was like, whoa. You remember that? You remember that? Like,
yes.
he is fucking, like, Jeff, like,
Yeah.
he digs us. Like,
Yeah.
but with you gave him black and white. I gave him like green, red, whatever colors.
Yes. You gave him a bunch of roses.
Yeah,
I was like, mm-mm.
but that's the thing though, Crystal. Like I knew what I was doing out there. I was playing Survivor. Like I know
Yeah.
these things, you know. Like the other day
Yeah.
you asked me like if I had an incentive going out there.
Yeah.
Yes, of course I wanted to win. Like
Of
just like
course.
any game, everybody wants to win, right? But there's people
hmm
who go on Survivor, especially the older seasons like us, who they just recruit either because one, they're good looking, or
Uh-huh.
two, they need a certain type of like um person, you know?
Correct.
But they've changed that now. I heard
Yes.
they're recruiting like people that go out there that want to play. But
Okay, good.
yeah, yeah, so like they're not even like recruiting people anymore, right?
Yeah.
So like our season there was like people who went out there just to like
Yeah. Get
just to
that 15 minutes of fame.
yeah. Like Kelly for example. I'm like Kelly from our season. I asked her,
Yeah.
Kelly, why are you out here? And she's like, I don't know. Like someone came up to me and asked me if I wanted to be on Survivor, so I said yeah. I'm like, Kelly, really? She's like twirling her hair. She's like, yeah.
I remember.
It's like she was
That's
like chewing
Kelly.
bubblegum too. She's like, yeah, of course, Kenny. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. And
Yeah,
then
that's Kelly.
Yeah, and even Bob, like I was like, Bob, why are you out here? I'm out here for a vacation to have a good time. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm, 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 mm.
And then I'm like, and then I asked Maddie, like, Maddie, why are you out here? Oh yeah, like some lady like approached me at a Whole Foods and asked if I want to be on Survivor, you know? And I said, oh, yeah, sure. And
Yeah.
I and I and like I'm thinking about my fiance this whole entire time, Jamie.
Mm, mm,
Remember?
mm,
He was all
mm.
about Jamie, remember? That
Oh
was
yeah,
his
he loved
that
him
was his
some
game.
Jamie.
That was his game, remember?
Yep.
He went around
Yeah.
telling everybody saying that, guys, like I just want to stay till the family visit so I can see Jamie and propose to her.
Remember.
You remember that, right?
So.
Hold on, hold on, Crystal. I think we're having like
Well,
technical
I'm
difficulties.
happy. Okay.
Okay, okay, now it's working. So like he went around telling everybody that he wanted to last the
Mm-hmm.
family visit just so Jamie can come out there so he can propose to her. And this whole entire time
Yeah.
he had this little like wooden thing that he was like flaming up and making a little ring or something. Remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, and
Yes.
that was his whole like purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that was his game, right?
Yes, I think that was his game.
And
And that
I think you told him you're like, okay, you'll last like until the family visit at least, so you can see Jamie. Like I think people told him
correct.
that. Like we'll keep you in there,
Yes,
yeah.
correct.
Okay, so what was your game?
I mean, in actuality, I wanted to win. I mean,
Hmm.
I was going in.
I mean, obviously, like everybody wanted to win, but like, what was your game plan to win?
Um,
Obviously, you didn't
you
want to
know
tell
what?
anybody that you were an Olympic gold medalist.
No, but I wanted to play a strong social game,
Hmm.
n- not realizing that I would have a whole nother tribe that
Hmm.
hated my guts.
I don't know why they hated you though.
I don't know why either.
I think
So if
there was a lot of rumors like after our season was done. There was like all these rumors, like
about what? Tell me.
just random rumors that came up out of nowhere. I
Give me one of them.
about me about you, um, that made other people hate us on our season. Um,
Mm,
so all I remember is when Randy got to whatever Coda,
uh-huh.
um, he just Randy and you didn't get along obviously, and
Yeah.
he told him everything like, oh, I hate Crystal's guts, she's so blah blah blah, and they just like, oh, we knew that, and you know, and they just agreed. So Randy didn't make your situation even any better.
I felt like he was a traitor. Like
Randy
I
is
I huh?
Randy is a traitor.
Yeah, it's like he went over to the other tribe
Uh
and he
huh.
completely threw us under the bus.
He did. I
Um,
mean, that is good play because he wanted in on their. I mean, he liked them better.
yeah,
We didn't get along with Randy in our tribe
we didn't, but
I mean, I get along with Randy now or before, like
I
after
don't
the
even
season. But
I mean, I heard from him
mhm,
maybe 10 years ago.
mhm,
He shot me a message,
mhm,
but kind of left it at that.
mhm,
But I think in real life, me and him would never get along.
mhm. Yeah, well,
And I mean,
that's what
yeah,
makes Survivor great, though, right? Like they put at least old school Survivor, they put people that would never ever meet in real
yeah,
life on an island or Africa
hmm
and
yeah,
see how it works out. And in our case, it worked out for us. Like I would never ever meet you in
exactly,
in real life, right? I'm a part of like the
exactly,
gamer world. I would never ever like
exactly,
see like an athlete, but most
yeah,
athletes are going towards games now. But I'm just because
yeah,
the whole COVID thing. But back then, no, for sure. Like
yeah.
I've never ever would meet Crystal like on the streets and be like, hey,
hmm
like want to be buddies?
I think that the producers were surprised, I think, with us
Mhm.
because no one would have ever pegged us together from the start.
Mhm.
And I think that's what made our situation unique.
Mhm.
And I almost felt like even though you protected me a lot, I really felt like I was a protector of you.
Yeah, yeah,
Even
we protected each
though,
other, and also like everything that we did in terms of strategy, like we'd go through and
mhm,
talk to each other first before we did it, obviously,
yeah,
you know, and
yeah.
you were my number two after GC,
hmm
but then once he
Oh yeah.
quit, once he decided to leave,
Uh-huh.
you became a number one, obviously, and Maddie didn't like that, so he was trying to pull us apart, which is why like
Mhm.
he ended up teaming with Ace and trying to get me, him, Ace, and Sugar in, and not you.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I didn't trust Ace and Maddie enough because Maddie already flipped on us once. And once it's about
Yeah.
Survivor, like once you flip on somebody, that's especially back then, it's hard to like trust them again, you know.
Exactly. You're
But
right.
Maddie was willing to take me under his wing and join Ace and
Mhm.
Sugar.
Mhm.
But I'd rather stick with you.
Well, thank
Uh,
you.
but yeah, you were definitely more trustworthy because you didn't flip on anybody. But the
Mm-mm.
thing was, like, I remember in our alliance in the beginning, we kept losing, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you don't want to lose, and I don't want to lose. So you came
Correct.
to me, and after we got rid of Jillian, you were like, we gotta win. Like, how do we win? And
Correct.
you thought Susie was baggage, like dead weight. So even though Susie
Yeah.
was in our alliance, you're like, if we want to win, we gotta get rid of Susie.
Yeah.
hmm So
You're
I
right.
so I think um we told Maddie that, which was in our five alliance, right?
Mhm.
That we started was Maddie, Susie, you, me, and GC.
Correct.
Was once we told Maddie that, he didn't like that, so he told Susie, and Susie ended up joining Randy and Dan, and then that made you, me, and GC in the outs.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Susie's listening right now. Susie did a lot of flipping and flopping.
She
So,
was, yeah, but
and that was her game.
yeah, but that's where Maddie started though. That's how Maddie
Yeah.
started flipping on us. But
Yeah. You're right.
yeah, so that's where it started. But we got, I mean, as much as I'd hate to say it, we got really lucky on Gabon too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like the swaps were in our
In our
favor
favor.
a
Yeah.
couple times because we lost a lot in Fong, right? We kept on losing.
I think the first, what, 3 or 4, maybe 5 episodes, it was nothing but fun. Just going to tribal,
Oh,
tribal,
we won
tribal.
one though. That's where Paloma went home.
Yes. Well, was that the wrestling match?
No. There was that was the wrestling match that we won the thing, and then there was another one where we did the swimming challenge, and then there was
Oh,
the math question, and I ended up solving it before Bob.
yes. Thank you.
Okay, so then Paloma ended up going home that night instead of any of us, and then we did the swap. But
Correct.
so let's talk about the wrestling challenge. Like you were a beast in
Yeah.
that. You were beastly. Like without you, we would have lost. But it wasn't worth the comfort, right? The comfort was kind of crappy.
Yeah, that was the prize. Some
Yeah,
blankets.
yeah, blankets and like a pillow that someone would
Yeah.
always take, and like I mean I like the hammock. The hammock was nice, right?
Spruce up our hut.
The hammock was the best thing about it, but still.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I remember you and Maddie carrying us hard, taking out Ace that challenge. But
Yeah, that challenge was fun.
Ace made so many like Johns afterwards. He made so many excuses. He was like, "Oh, I wanted them to win."
No, I don't
I
think
was
that
saving my
tribe
energy.
had the they didn't have the size that we had.
That's true.
Like we had the grunt strength,
Yeah, yeah,
the brute strength.
yeah,
So
yeah,
poor Paloma.
yeah,
He was kicking and screaming
yeah.
and stuff. But no love lost. I like Paloma. She's all right with me
hmm
and stuff.
I
So
remember from after that challenge where we won immunity.
hmm
Um, we went home and we were all celebrating in the little hut because we finally won immunity, and none of us were going home, right? And
I'm so sorry.
I said something that ticked you off. Do you remember? Like
What did you say, Kenny?
you were a little ticked off after we won because I was just making fun and stuff. I was like, I said I could have solved it a little quicker, but I wanted you guys to go down there and run up again because every time that we would fail so in the puzzle they didn't show this on TV, but if you fail the thing they would just
Hmm.
show us like try to figure it out again. But if
Yeah,
I pull the little yanking
the
thing,
lever.
the
Yeah.
lever, yeah, um, then someone from our tribe would have to do the slip and slide to go down all the way and then run back
Hmm.
up.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I pulled it like a couple times, and you had to go down there like 2 3 times, right?
Like, damn,
Right.
Kenny.
So I was like, oh, let's just do that so you can get some exercise, Crystal. And you were like, you were so mad. But I was just joking. Obviously, like if I could have solved it like the first thing I could, I would have done it, you know.
Oh,
But that
oh.
I mean that math question wasn't the easiest, it wasn't the hardest, you know.
Mhm.
But you were so mad at me.
Oh
You were just
man.
mad at that comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
I know you probably thinking my memory sucks. Like, Crystal, were
No,
you
no. To
even
be fair,
there?
like no, no. I mean, I was like 21, so
Hmm.
I remember everything like no other.
Yeah.
But you were what 29?
Yeah.
Now you're
41.
41.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, time, right?
Yeah. A lot can happen.
Mhm. All right. Do you wanna say anything else about like our like what you remember about like our season and your best moments before we like answer these Survivor Reddit questions?
This conversation, we have touched on so many great things. I
Mhm.
will tell you every now and then, like if
Mhm.
I'm driving on the highway and I
Mhm.
see like a wood line or a tree line, it reminds me of Survivor. It's little different things
Mhm.
that'll just remind me of Gabon.
Mhm.
Um, we've touched on some good things tonight, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah,
So,
that's the thing. Like, I out of the blue, I was just thinking about our time, like my time on Survivor,
mhm,
and I just thought of you. That's why I hit you up, like out of like
thank
nowhere.
you.
Like it's been a while since we talked, you
Yeah,
know, which is
yeah,
which is crazy, cause like
hmm,
we get along, we mix and match pretty well. Like it's not
yes,
like,
yes.
cause you're real. I'm gonna just
Thank
say it
you.
right now, like it's like no, you don't sugarcoat things, and and we know
That can
this.
work against me
It
sometimes.
does work against you, but yeah, I like it when people are blunt, you know.
Mhm.
Cause like even in your last tribal council, you said something to Sugar, and you said like I would tell you everything, Sugar, even if you had like a booger hanging from your nose or something, right? You would tell her,
Yes,
yes. So
yes.
I
But
mean,
she
you were
wouldn't tell me.
no Sugar says especially like to us in our when we were in alliance, she would tell us something and do the opposite, you know.
Yeah.
But with you, like you were real to me, and I was like real back, you know.
Oh,
Like
thank you.
I don't feel like we had any motives. Like we wanted to get to the
Mm-mm.
end ourselves,
Yeah,
and we worked our asses off.
yeah,
We were the underdogs for sure of our season.
yeah.
Um, and you could say like, I know a lot of people were saying like producers like helped us get to the end because we were entertaining or whatever, and they didn't like it, you know.
I
But
don't think the producers helped us.
to be fair, they let us control our own fate in terms of like picking stuff and doing things, you
Yeah,
know. And also
yeah.
like a lot of luck is also involved in Survivor, so
Hmm.
you can't say like any winner out there can't say that they won Survivor like
Solely by themselves. No,
yeah
you're right.
they had some luck along the way or something
Correct. You're
that
right.
helped there's something that helped them or someone that helped them, you know, win.
Correct.
And
Yep, yep, yep.
I think my biggest mistake when I played Survivor, obviously like I knew what I was getting myself into. Producers
Hmm.
didn't think I was ready. And
Hmm.
obviously, like I was still young at the time, which is crazy because they wanted to recruit teenagers on the next season of Survivor. And I was 21 when I played, right?
Correct.
And they thought I was too young then. But now they want teenagers to play. I'm talking about 16 to 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds,
Wow.
which is crazy. Like, and
Yeah.
it mentally drains you, like even on and off. Like once you get home and like you're
Hmm.
thinking about like what I did wrong and like how I lost and
Yeah.
you know.
I think it's a lot of paranoia out there.
Mhm.
If you see people walking off in clusters of two or
Mhm.
more,
Mhm.
you're like,
I know
are they talking about
you
you?
were paranoid because you'd come up to me so many times. You're like, they're talking about me, aren't they? Like,
Yeah, like I just kind of figured,
yeah, yeah. And I'm like, no, no,
even
no,
like,
Crystal, we're good. Like, they're not talking about you. Like, you're good. I would always have to tell you that. Like,
mhm,
but I
yeah,
mean, you were 100% right on the dot when, um, the episode that or not episode, but the time that you went home. Like, you came to me and you're like, I think we're like kind of screwed. Like, I think at that time, you know, I knew
yeah,
like,
because you can feel it
yeah,
when
yeah,
it's your time, you
yeah.
can feel it.
Mhm.
It's almost like the Last Supper.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I think Susie was eerily nice.
Mhm. Mhm.
And like, hey, let her have what she wants. She's about
Mhm.
to get out of here.
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah.
um,
But
I do.
you had a good read on that. Like you were definitely going home that day. And I
Yeah.
trusted Sugar so much that I wouldn't bat an eye because I
Hmm.
trusted you and Sugar so much because the thing with Sugar was like during the family visit, like her sister came, and your
Yeah.
husband came, my sister came, and they already
Hmm.
had an alliance like within the family visit. And we sat in the
Yeah.
hut and we were talking, and we all
Yeah.
agreed like no matter what, with our families, like no matter what, like we would not backstab each other, no matter
Yeah.
what. And I was so bent on that I would not bat an eye. Like I gave you and Sugar my word, and that was it. Like
Yeah.
there was no turning back on that. And
Yeah.
that's where I went wrong. I think that's where we both went wrong.
Yeah.
We were a
I
little
think
too
I think we
trustworthy.
put a lot of trust in Sugar, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think
I think we could have got rid of her too, but
we
I
needed
I
her.
kind of we did need her, but not to the end. We could have taken Susie easily because once we turned on Marcus, like Susie
Yeah.
wanted to go to the end with you and me, but we already promised Sugar. Well, I did anyways. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but Susie wanted in on that. But
Yeah.
when Susie wanted in, we could have easily got rid of Sugar like anytime.
Yeah.
But I basically swore an oath, to Sugar's sister.
Hmm.
Uh huh.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's kind of sad, but we those last few days we let her control our fate.
Yeah, and that's
You
not good
know,
Survivor gameplay.
nah.
Yeah.
And you know, now that I think about it, like I'm not even that kind of person today. Like
Mhm.
I'm not saying I have trust issues because I
Mhm.
don't,
Yeah.
but it just makes me think twice about what people say,
Mhm. I
you
agree.
know?
I agree. Like
So,
like someone telling you something is different than someone actually doing something and,
yeah,
and confirming it that they're doing it.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
I agree with you. After Survivor, I learned a big life lesson. Like
Yeah.
there are a lot of people in this world who want to use you and abuse
Hmm.
you or whatever and get
Yeah.
just to get what they want. And then after that, like I mean, it
Yeah.
is what it.
They chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So,
It's awesome.
um yeah, do you want to touch up on anything else before we like get to these survivor questions?
No, let's get to
On
some
Okay, so
questions.
thank I want to thank like Survivor Reddit for like helping us out, and obviously like they're very grateful that we're doing this because I know
Yes.
Crystal has a lot of fans. I know I have a couple of fans, and I already did an AMA,
You
so
have a lot of fans.
this is like more for you, Crystal. Because I feel like after I like touched base with you, I was like, you know what,
Uh-huh.
like you have a lot of fans, and the fan base wants to kind of hear from you too. So
Okay.
we're just gonna ask these like questions, and you can tell me when you want to stop. I know you go to sleep pretty early, and it's like
Yes.
6, 7, 8. It's like 9 p.m. So, and then afterwards we wanna.
You calling me an old lady?
No, no, I know I have a abnormal schedule, so I'm like a night
Okay.
owl, and you're like someone who's on track. So I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions like on Survivor Reddit that
Okay.
these people posted, and I'm just gonna go from
Okay. Yeah.
the most like upvotes and stuff. So like I'm not gonna obviously there's like 286 questions obviously,
Okay.
and we can't answer them all.
Yeah.
So
Well, hopefully we answered them tonight when we were talking.
yeah, we did go through a lot of stories and a couple things they didn't
Yeah.
show. Um, but anyways, okay. So the first question is from Ken C323, and I guess he's a big
Okay.
Fan from China, and he's
Okay.
just wondering like, what do you think about Amanda from like all three of her seasons?
I mean, hey,
Do
she
do you know her at all? Have you seen her,
I
met
don't
her?
know her. Obviously, I don't know her personally,
Mhm.
but for her to be on the show 3 times,
Mhm.
obviously she has something that the producers like,
Uh-huh.
you know, and so hey,
I heard
they
she's
keep
married.
calling you, go for it.
I heard
Yes,
she's
I heard that
married.
too.
Mhm. I don't know if she's
Hmm.
ever gonna play again, but we'll see. Maybe. Okay,
Yeah.
so this next question is from Survivor fan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have either of you been contacted to play again? And what if so, what seasons?
I have not.
Mhm.
I received an email years ago saying if we were to contact you, would you still be interested?
Mhm.
Sure.
Mhm.
But other than that, um, no, I haven't. I have not been contacted, sadly. I would love
Mhm.
to play
You
again.
hear this? Crystal's ready. She's ready to
Yes.
bring on everything this time.
Yes.
So
And
so
I've
everybody's
definitely learned from my
watching.
mistakes.
If
I've learned from my
any of these
mistakes.
any of you Survivor producers are watching, and
Yes.
want someone with the three. Yeah, hit her up. Hit her up.
What about you, Kenny? Answer the question.
I've been contacted 2 seasons. I don't remember the first
Nice.
season, but I think it was between like Heroes vs Villains and the one
Uh-huh.
before that. I don't remember the All
Yeah.
Stars before that, and then Blood versus Water.
Okay.
But
And
other
you
than
turned
that,
down both of them.
the first one I kind of turned down because I didn't feel like I was ready. The second time, we went to finals and we got
Hmm.
really far, and then Rupert ended up beating us.
Yeah.
So Rupert and his wife beat us to that season. But
Oh.
Tyson ended up winning that season for Blood was versus
Hmm.
Water.
Okay.
Anyways, so the next question is from Altio19, and he says, "Would you guys ever play together if there was theoretically a dual season? Like, let's say there was a season in Survivor called Survivor like Duels. Like, they're bringing back
Yes.
like pairs, like in
Yes.
seasons of Survivors. Would
Yes.
you do it if they said gonna be your other guy that came?
Hands down. I
Okay,
would do it.
okay. Say they said you and Randy. Would you still do it? But
You know what?
obviously, like you're gonna be playing with Randy, but obviously you can vote him
And the
out. And
crazy thing is, I think Randy asked me this
mhm,
years ago.
mhm,
He's like, Crystal, they love us.
mhm. They love
We're like the
the
two
bickering.
most hated people.
Uh-huh.
Would I do it with Randy? Yes.
You
I,
you
I would I would go back with Randy.
you know what's really funny about Randy? He
What?
on our season, you guys had nicknames for each other.
What do you call me,
He
Sasquatch?
called you Sasquatch. And what
I
did you
think I
what
called him
did
a troll.
you called him a troll? It's
He did remind me of a troll though. Especially when he like broke his big toe or something.
dude,
That did not help.
Randy's toes were so messed up. They were so
That
deformed. He had like bubbles like growing on his toes and like feet.
yes,
It was so bad.
exactly.
I don't know what happened with Randy's toes, dude.
I don't know. He has some kind of
Like given
quit going on.
now, if I were to play again today and I was in that same situation, I would have kept Randy. Like, cause he had toe issues. Like he wouldn't do anything in challenges or anything. Like I would have fought for Randy to stay until like final five, four,
Hmm.
whatever. You know?
Hmm. So who would have been your final, given what you know right now? Okay, how we would have
Oh,
played this,
he's
that, and third.
obviously like hindsight's 2020. If
So
I
who would be your final three? Who would be your final three?
It'd be 100% you, me, and Susie. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. If I knew what was gonna happen, like I went back in time in the time machine, and I knew what I could have done differently, it'd be
Uh-huh.
you, me, and Susie sitting in the finals for sure. And
Yeah.
either you would have won or I would have won, hands down. It would have been close. It would have been close. It really depends,
Yeah.
because I think you would
You know
have.
what? You probably would have won. Coda hated me so much they
No, no,
wouldn't have
no, no,
given
no,
me a
no, no,
vote.
no. Coda hated me more than you. Marcus and Charlie hated me so much. Because
Wow.
there was rumors. Like I don't know what the rumors were, but Charlie said I was a homophobe or something, and then he hated me because of that. I don't know who told him that.
Uh-huh.
And then Marcus, I don't know what it is with Marcus. I thought we got along, but he doesn't like me either. Because like after the whole Ponderosa thing, I came to Marcus and was like, "Yo, we good?" He was like, "I'll forgive, but I'll never forget." And like he gave me this like
Oh,
mean stare.
Jesus.
He gave me this mean stare, and Corinne was sitting at the table, and Corinne was like, like her face was like,
Yeah,
and then
she amping it up.
but to be fair, like Corinne's not that bad afterwards. Like she came to me and she's like, you know what, like he needs some time to grow too. So like, don't worry about it, Kenny. Like you're good.
Yeah.
Like I think Corinne actually kind of liked me. Like even though like we played,
Hmm.
like even
On
after
opposite
like
tribes.
Ponderosa, like she came to me. She's like, you know what, like don't worry about Marcus. Like don't worry, you're good. You know, she like
Yeah.
consolidated me and stuff. But but yeah. Okay,
That's so nice.
so same question. So same question to you. Like,
Who would be my final
so
three?
if you were to go back in a time machine and you could play Survivor, knowing what you
Hmm.
knew now,
Yeah.
what would you do?
I think one of the turning points with me was when I think Corinne and I kind of got into it,
Mhm.
and Sugar was like, "Why are you being so mean?"
Mhm.
Something along those lines. And
Mhm.
yes, Corinne left,
Mhm.
but Sugar was mad at me for me and Corinne getting into it. So I would change that. I'm really not a mean person. I'm probably one of the first people to give my shirt off my back to help
Mhm.
someone. Um, Would I continue to be outspoken? Of course. If Jeff asks me a question, I'm going to tell him.
Mm-hmm.
But I think
Randy
I
just
would.
sent me a message. He said something about his toes, but okay, I don't think it was his toes. It was his foot. Something like that.
Either way,
Randy, if you're watching, something happened to your foot. All right.
okay. You
But
know what? I'm glad we got a Gabonese castaway out there. Thanks for tuning in, Randy. How you doing?
okay, so okay,
I would say me,
you were
you,
mean
and
to
Susie.
Corinne or something? You were mean to Corinne. I remember
Yeah,
you two were going at it. Like it was like around camp
yeah,
before she left. I don't know what
yeah.
happened, but you guys were going at it for sure.
And then Sugar was like, don't be so mean to her. She's going home anyways.
Hmm.
Something along those lines. And
That's the thing, but I don't understand why Sugar would say that if she did what she did to Randy when Randy went home, you know? And Randy did that right before. Randy went home before Corinne, right?
yes, Randy went home before Corinne.
Yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
yeah. And Sugar was pretty mean to Randy when he. I mean,
Nope.
obviously Randy.
Corinne went home first because you remember Randy almost made it to the loved ones visit, but he didn't. Corinne didn't have a loved one.
Uh, Randy didn't have
Yeah,
a loved one. No, no, Corinne.
because he.
No, no, Corinne did have a loved one.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, it was her brother.
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
He
You're
looked
right.
at me. He looked at me. And he's like, "Man, this is so sad." I remember Corinne, cause like he saw me eat something off the
Hmm.
ground, and he looked at me. He's like, "This is so sad." Like he looked at me because I was like freaking like 87 pounds, 85 pounds or something, right? And he looked at me. He's like, "This is so sad." Like I remember
Yeah.
Corinne did have a loved one.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Then it was Randy, Corinne,
Yeah,
Randy, and then Corinne.
but
Yeah.
yeah, but Sugar said that to you, but she kind of did that to Randy, like he was going home. But yeah, but anyways, yeah,
Yeah.
Sugar said that to you, and yeah.
Yeah. So, it is what it is.
What I ate
All right.
was I don't even want to say it, dude. It was kind of nasty. I kind of don't want to talk about what I ate when he looked at me.
What
I
was it?
sh
Some beets?
no no
What?
no I don't want to talk. It's really disgusting.
What? It wasn't any elephant dung.
No no no.
What
Yeah, I
was
don't
it?
want. No, I don't want to talk about it. It's really disgusting what I ate.
Wait, was it the brownie out of Bob's shoe?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I tell folks about that.
You still don't remember that was a little okay, whatever. It was. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, we're moving
I
on.
remember it.
Okay, so I'm surprised you remember that and you remember any of the stories I told you. So, anyways, old school fan says, Crystal, how is your brain's beauty,
We were hungry.
blazing speed, and brawn still good enough for another round of Survivor? As in, like, he's asking you,
Uh-huh.
with those 3 Bs that you have, would you go play Survivor again?
Um, well,
You would. So let's say
obviously,
they invited you another season, obviously not like a dual
I
season or
think
anything,
I'm a lot more wise.
and you would play the social game again. Hold on, you're cutting out a little for me, Crystal.
Would I go back?
Hmm.
But see, the thing is, those is okay. Yeah, we have a thunderstorm here.
Oh, okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Survivor's also changed
Yeah, yeah. There's a
since we played. So you doing good on the thunderstorm?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm doing okay.
Survivor's so
Can
different.
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah. Survivor's so different than it
Hmm.
was back then to now. Cause like everybody wants to play. Back then, like half the people were playing and didn't know what they were doing.
Correct.
Yeah. Um.
Yeah. So everyone's going in with a motive now.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. So I think this guy just wants you to say these words for him.
I know exactly what they want me to say.
Okay. What does this guy want you to say?
He probably want me to say, "Eat your rice."
That's a famous line, but it's
Okay.
not what he wanted to say.
What did he want me to say?
He wants you to say what you said to Randy in the vote out when you went up there and wrote his name down.
Infamous. Okay, I said, "You have made my life a living hell."
Uh-huh.
Good night. Goodbye. Go home. Something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
Mhm.
purposely said it
Mhm.
really loud so
Mhm.
that I
Right.
wanted
Everybody.
everyone
See,
to hear.
this is okay, Crystal. Let me tell you this. This is not good gameplay.
I know.
Because you realize when you do this stuff, these guys that you vote out are gonna be on the jury, and they're gonna
Yeah.
give you like. But I don't
Yeah.
think you cared at that time. You're just
Oh, at that point, I
yeah.
could care less.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
But that was what, 12 years ago. Like I said,
Mhm.
I'm older, wiser now.
Exactly. Exactly.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm sure we're all older and wiser, especially
Yes.
especially after our season.
Yes.
Um. Okay. So Chargers fan 1, 2, 3. He's missing a 4, but there's a 5. He says if Maddie makes it to the finals with Sugar and Susie, who would have won our season?
So it's Maddie, Sugar,
Yeah.
and
So if,
Susie.
if Sugar didn't turn on Maddie after she turned on both of us, and Maddie made it to the end, and Bob got voted
Mm-hmm.
out at final 4,
Mm-hmm.
and Maddie was sitting there next to
Mm-hmm.
Sugar and Susie, who would win our season?
Maddie.
Maddie, hands down.
Yeah.
I agree. Maddie wins.
Yeah. Between those three, Maddie would have won.
Unless Sugar would have told me that she voted us out because she thought that, I mean, she took our. It would depends what Sugar would have said about gameplay. Then I would have voted for Sugar, but at that
Yeah.
point, I would have believed that Sugar wasn't playing to win. So, um,
No, yeah, we figured that out a long time ago. She
yeah,
she wasn't playing to win, but she was trying to make sure we didn't have $1 million either.
that doesn't
So
that
her
doesn't
best bet would have been to take us to the finals.
that doesn't make sense though.
She
That's
wasn't playing to win,
yeah, but that's kind of like a
right?
spit in Survivor like strategy or history, like a spit into anything, like a spit in the face. Because like if you're not playing to win, why would you take down your like alliance that helped you get there?
Because at that point she wanted Bob to win. You got to remember Bob played the daddy figure to her.
Okay, I guess again,
I was like the daddy figure to her.
I still don't understand her strategy though.
Her
Because like if okay, I understand like coming from like the gamer world and I play strategy games and all that stuff. But if
Yeah.
I know I had no chance of winning,
Okay.
um, I would I wouldn't play to give someone the win. I'd still try to play my heart out. But I guess that's me.
That's because you're a competitor. She's
Okay.
not a competitor. She's an
Okay.
actress.
Oh, okay. Alright, okay, whatever. Okay, next
Yeah.
question. What was your favorite thing that
Mhm.
didn't air on TV from Sandfire Fire 79?
Favorite thing that did not air on
Yeah,
TV?
yeah.
Um,
That's a hard question to think because there's so many
that's a
things.
hard one. To be
Uh-huh.
honest with you, I had a lot of depressing moments on Survivor.
Yeah, I was there.
I liked it. I like it when we won that shower.
Oh yeah, that was a nice time.
I remember you told me I look like I belong in an Noxzema commercial
Oh yeah.
because my skin was
Yeah,
so bright.
you were freaking bright. It was just like you know that feeling when you wake up in the morning and the sun's out and you're like,
Hmm.
that's how I saw you. I was
Yeah.
like, whoa, like there was a big difference because you were covered in
Yes.
dirt, like from head to toe. Everybody
Yes.
was,
Yeah.
and yeah, when you came out of the shower, you were glowing. Like
Yes.
you were
I
glowing.
was. Yeah.
You were glowing. Um,
So-
for me, what did they air on TV? Oh yeah,
hmm.
there's a lot of things that happen. The cameras weren't around because I would normally like scout on my own in the jungles
Yeah.
and stuff. But when I first got to Gabon, I saw a giant like snake slither like down our river. It was our river. It was crazy. It was like a anaconda or something, something big. It was slithering so fast because the animals out there,
Wow.
um, they were scared of
Uh-huh.
us just as much as we were scared of them because they don't see people.
Correct.
Like the elephants
Mm-mm.
did come, but then once like the elephants got used to us and stuff, they came closer. But
Correct.
but yeah. A couple things like I would go out and catch like turtles and stuff and
Because you remember we would wake up and we would see the elephant dung.
hmm yeah, near our camp. Like there was an elephant like in our backyard.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Correct.
Crystal, I wanna say this. Like a lot of my people don't believe. A lot of my
Correct.
friends actually, like people that know me for a while, they don't believe when I was out there I was like providing for
Mhm.
people. Cause like that wasn't shown on camera. Like it was like they gave it all to Bob
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
and stuff, but did I like catch fish and provide
No.
for the tribe and stuff? Like
Yes.
yes. Right? Right? I
Yes.
was out in a little canoe,
Yes.
like
We depended on you
uh-huh.
as a provider for
So
food.
I
Yes.
was catching
Thank you,
like
Kenny.
do you yeah. Do you remember that crawfish that I caught for you?
Yes, I
That
do.
that big crawfish and you ate it on like
Yes.
one bite? Yeah.
Yes.
But a lot of people don't believe to this day. I said I played Survivor. They're like, no, you're such a scumbag. You're dirty. You got to the end because you manipulated people. But I was like, dude, that wasn't even my game. Like I was
No.
legit. I was very trustworthy. I was very
Yes.
loyal. I was very honest, and I provided. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
You did. You did.
Like I played a good, a pretty
You
good
played
game.
a decent honest game.
I did.
You did.
Okay, that's all. Just wanted to tell that to all the naysayers who are like, no, like blah blah blah, you were scheming. Blah. Okay, sure, I was scheming, but that's what you
But
do
that's
on
part of the
Survivor.
gameplay.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to do that.
But to my alliance, like I was very open and I was telling you guys like this is like these are ideas. Like if we do this or that, right? Like we would strategize together, obviously, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, okay. Um, okay. Next one. Um, from Surfer Dude. He says Gabon has a reputation for being a train wreck season, one that's really entertaining because things play out in a weird way. Were there moments that didn't air that would have enhanced this? I mean, there was a lot of drama, obviously. Like
Yeah.
like like we talked about you and Corinne going at it. Um, I
Me
don't.
and Randy going at
You and
it.
Randy was going at it a lot. Like
Yeah. I mean, that could have been like,
You and GC, you and Kelly, Crystal versus
yes.
everybody in the cast. Who did you have like any arguments with, Crystal? I feel like you had an argument with everybody. And I think it's
Yeah.
because one tribal council, like Jeff just like he asked everybody all these questions and you just like gave him the truth and afterwards people were like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like I didn't know you had like an issue with me." And you just like went at it with him. You and Ace? Like dude, I remember
Yeah.
there was an argument that you had with Ace. I don't remember, but he was hurt. Like he came to me and he was like almost like teary and like almost cried. Like I don't know
Yes.
what you said to Ace, but he was sad.
Ace, if you're out there listening, please remind us.
Like I don't remember. I remember you had an argument with Ace and like you stormed off afterwards and you were pissed and then like I was
Mm.
just like sitting there I'm like, "Whoa, like what just happened?" Ace would come to me. He's just like, "Man, like I don't get her." And then he was like
I,
teary-eyed like,
I bumped heads with a lot of folks on
"Yeah.
our season. You know what? I did not have a tisk with Charlie.
Yeah. Charlie was a nice guy."
Charlie,
Mhm.
Paloma, I don't
But
remember.
you never really met Paloma.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Kelly, you and Kelly went at it. Like I
I'm
remember.
I'm gonna be honest, like Kelly's a great mom now.
Uh-huh.
I follow her on social media.
Mhm.
But 12 years ago, like honestly, I thought Kelly was a space cadet.
You know what it was? I remember Kelly going out for tree mail or something and she just said like how I mean obviously like people get emotions on Survivor and sometimes you
Hmm.
cry, you know. Sometimes you ask yourself like why am I doing this? It's
Yeah.
hard, it's not easy, it's not fake.
Hmm.
But yeah, she came to me. She's like, Crystal's so weak, and she's crying and this and that. Like, but it doesn't mean that you're weak, obviously. You know, like you have emotions out there. It's good to let it out.
I remember.
But then, like, you caught wind of it, and you were so mad
Yes.
about Kelly.
Yes, and it spilled over into tribal.
Yeah, and it's funny because, um, Kelly was gonna go home that night, and we all agreed, obviously.
Hmm.
Like I wasn't gonna let Maddie and Ace. Ace hated Kelly, obviously,
Hmm.
so he was 100% fine with it. Maddie wanted to vote you out that night.
Yeah.
Um, but what happened was actually Maddie was trying to get everybody to vote you out, but Kelly didn't want to play anymore. She was like she was done. So that's why we decided to vote her out, which didn't air actually. Like
Oh, okay.
sometimes people who quit on Survivor um, don't want it to air that they quit, so they would. I guess the edit's a little weird, and it will shift, saying like,
Yeah.
making it like a reason why she quit. And this episode, or I remember it was because you got in a fight with Kelly, and that's why she went home. But
Yeah.
Kelly was done. She wanted to tap out at that time because obviously like we were losing, we weren't eating. You know, Coda had a good. Like I heard some of the people on Coda like actually gained pounds afterwards because they were eating so well. Yeah,
They did what?
they gained pounds.
Really?
Yeah,
I want to go back on Survivor 2 just for the weight loss.
that's yeah. The rice diet. The rice diet's very good. A spoonful of rice a
Exactly.
day, like you'll definitely lose weight. Okay, so this Pandy says, Crystal, how do you feel that your voting confessional towards Randy is being used as a ringtone nowadays?
Love it.
You love it?
Yeah. Hey, if I can inspire a generation, go for it. That's what I'm here to do.
And Mordecai says, how close was Susie actually close? How close did Susie come to actually winning? And was there any other interactions with wildlife that we didn't get to see?
Mm, I think Susie was okay.
Well,
I
here's the
think
thing,
Bob won because of Coda.
Coda, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I think
you
Susie
know.
played a better strategic game than Bob, and that's why I
Yeah.
voted for her because like flipping and flopping is better than just like okay with
Hmm.
6 or whatever, you know? Like
Yeah.
yeah. Um Susie was close to winning, but like you said, Coda was on the jury and
Yeah.
Randy, like you said, went to Coda, so he was Coda. He wasn't really Fong.
He don't. I don't even consider him part of Fong.
So you're
You
saying
can
Coda?
send him a text.
Okay,
Huh?
I'll let him know that you think that he's Coda. I think
Yes.
he's happy with that. Like it's fine. Like
Yeah.
who wants to be part of Fong? We're crazy.
We were losers.
We're dysfunctional. We were like the people that no one liked.
But here's the thing, like, no one remembers them. They remember Fong. They remember you, me, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Corinne came back a couple times.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, Corinne was Coda.
Yeah.
Corinne was Coda.
Do you think Sugar is considered Coda or Fong?
You know what? Sugar's considered Fong.
Yeah, I'd say she's Fong. How,
Yeah.
I
Even
say
though she spent most of her time on
I would even
Exile
say
Island.
Ace is Fong.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Someone's asking us if we should get on Amazing Race, and they all need that. What do you think? Amazing Race would do well or bad?
Yes.
Good.
I think we'll make for great television.
Mm-hmm. I am pretty good at navigating. Did I ever tell you
Yeah.
that I got lost on the first day in Africa? Like completely lost in the jungles, and I navigated myself out of the jungles,
Well, good.
and I came back, and then the producer was like, "Where the hell were you? We were worried." I was like I got lost, and they're like, "Well, don't go out there like that again." I'm like, "Oh,
No.
okay." So that's why like they always wanted me to tag along with like GC or something.
Yeah. In pairs.
Oh
Yeah.
shit! There was a time when I didn't tell you what happened, Chris. I don't know if you remembered, but this didn't air obviously because at night they put the cameras like on the
Yeah.
side and
Hmm.
no one was recording us at night because we were just sleeping. But I had to go pee one time. I was like, "Fuck, gotta go pee." So I go in a little. I get out of our hut. I go into the jungles like just a little bit further because I didn't want anybody to like catch me peeing or
Yeah.
whatever. And I
Hmm.
was peeing. I was like, "Oh, come on, this is it's freaking scary at night because it's like it's super pitch black, dark, whatever." And
Uh-huh.
I look up at the tree and there were glowing jaguar eyes looking down at me, and I was like, and I didn't run. I just calmly like zipped up, went back, went to bed. Like that didn't air obviously, but like that was a moment where I was a little scared at night. But you know cats when you see them in the dark, like their eyes glow, and that's
Yeah.
what I saw. And I'm pretty sure that was like a jaguar or something. And
OMG.
this is Fong. Fong Camp had way
Yeah.
more wildlife than Coda Camp. Coda
I heard
Camp,
Coda
Coda
just had what, panthers? Did you hear that? Leopards, panthers? I didn't remember
Jaguar.
seeing anything
Yeah,
out there.
no. We hear them, but
Yeah.
it's hard to see them, obviously,
Yeah.
especially during the day. Like they go into hiding and stuff, you know, because it's Gabon. But
Hmm.
But yeah, that I had that experience with a jaguar or leopard. I don't even know what it was up in the tree when I went to
Yeah.
be. But yeah, we heard a lot of things.
When we were over at that other camp, their
Co-
camp looked completely different than ours.
yeah, Coda, they had it nice.
Yeah,
They had it good.
it was like an open
Yeah,
range.
and it was further from the. What I hated about Fong was that our huts were so close to the
The
pond,
river.
or
Yeah.
what it was, whatever little lake, and
Mm-hmm.
mosquitoes breed there. So we had so many mosquitoes. And
Yes.
Coda, like their camp was wide range and so like further from the pond, so
Yeah.
they didn't have like that many mosquitoes. So like we
Yep.
would get like it was rough for us.
Yeah. I still have a mark.
I have
That's
I have like
on my
six.
chest.
I have 6 marks.
Yeah.
Like yeah, it's bad. Yeah,
Wow.
cause like I was so itchy like and I kept on scratching, and
Mm-hmm.
Maddie would be like, "Kenny, stop scratching!" Like every single time, cause I was like so itchy and I kept on scratching and it was just like open up all these like it would bleed and stuff, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. We used to paste on the mosquito bug repellent thing.
Yeah, it didn't do anything though. Like I got eaten up. It was bad. It
Yeah.
was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Um okay, so Survivor says if Jeff were to be replaced, like who would take over his role on Survivor? Like any other host, I guess. The Amazing Race guy. But
Yeah.
people are saying please have Randy and Crystal be the new Jeff Probst.
Folks are saying that.
Yeah. But these are just fans, obviously.
Of course. I don't know. You know what? We would have some big shoes to fill.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, Jeff
Jeff,
Jeff
yeah. He's been
Probst,
doing it for
he's yeah,
but the
20
thing
years.
but the thing about our season, I think Jeff was more pissed especially during our season, because I think he wanted to quit our season. Like he was done, and he just had to do it, because he wanted a show and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But our season, I remember after our season was over, like there was all these interviews about Jeff like wanting to quit Survivor, and 17 was gonna be his last season. He hated it and whatever. But I'm glad he
Well, he
likes it.
spent a lot of time away from the
Yeah,
house
but
and from his
I'm glad he
family.
loves Survivor now, and he knows that like that's his like newborn
His
child, like his baby, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So they said, the President P says, were there any items on auction that wasn't showed on TV? And if you guys would talk about it. You don't remember. You bought
I don't
something.
oh, you talking about the auction.
Yeah, the Survivor auction.
I think they showed everything.
Mm-mm. They didn't show what you bought.
Okay.
You
Who,
don't remember?
me?
Yeah,
I had the s'mores.
they didn't show that.
Really?
Yeah.
I paid $500 for some freaking s'mores.
Yeah, there we go. Let's talk about it. What happened? You don't
Well,
remember?
it was a covered dish,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the option to either one for me
Mm-hmm.
or
No for you. None for you.
no for me,
And all for the tribe.
all for the tribe. And
Uh-huh.
the tribe they were all like, "No, Crystal, go and get it.
Not
You
Maddie.
can have it."
Maddie was a little mad.
I'll to hell with him.
Maddie's like, I heard Maddie whisper to like Sugar and stuff. And it's like, she's so selfish. She would never do that for the tribe.
Yes,
You
I
remember?
remember
Yeah.
him. I remember him calling me selfish.
But I was like, go for it. Like you bought it. Like I don't,
I really
it's your.
wanted that burger. Who bought the burger?
Maddie got
Somebody
it.
had a burger in it.
Maddie got the burger.
Was it good?
I don't know. Probably not. I know I gave him the shits.
Yeah.
Maddie came to me afterwards. He's like, oh, I got the shits. I was like, whoa, was it the burger? Because I just dodged the bullet. And he's like, it's either the bullet or the cookies.
Oh, those were some big cookies. I remember with them big chocolate chips in it.
Yeah, I don't think it was the cookies because I was fine with it, but maybe it was the
Yeah.
burger that gave Maddie the diarrhea or something because he was complaining about it.
Who
So
won the shower? Was it Susie?
Susie won the shower.
She won the bath, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
And here's the thing, like people made it like the edit made it seem like I was cocky and didn't want to bid on anything and just let people have stuff. But
Mm,
honestly, like what it came down to was people really wanted it, and then I was starving out there anyways, and I didn't really care. So if someone wanted the food, I would just give it to them. I was just like, oh yeah, you can
yeah.
have it. But the edit made it seem like I was cocky, like oh you can have it, like oh I'm good, like
Yeah.
I hated how they edited that. But I talked about it. We talked about these things before camp, and I said, look, I'm not that hungry. I'm a stick anyways. I'm like 85 pounds. I barely eat out here anyways. Like, If you guys because we know Maddie's really hungry, so if you guys really wanted something, um,
Yeah.
obviously we talked to our alliance. Obviously, like Randy, Corinne was not in
Yeah.
there, but I would say like just if you guys wanted something, just like let me know. I'll just let you guys have it.
Hmm.
But that was the case, but they edited it kind of.
Sucky, of
Yeah,
course. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But
Do you
okay.
remember day 21 at the merge when we had
Uh,
the merge feast?
mhm, mhm,
And I was so gluttonous.
mhm,
I remember just throwing it back
mhm. I
and then
ate.
puking.
Oh, I didn't puke. I held it all in. But I
Yeah.
ate. I ate so much that day. I
I
probably ate like
remember flies was on our food.
yeah, but we didn't care.
No. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
that was we were
But do
starving.
you remember how everything tasted? Everything tasted so good.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
nowadays when I eat like a burger or something, it's just like it's a
Hmm.
burger. But if you didn't have burgers or any seasoning for like 20 days, 25 days or whatever, even some salt makes everything taste like the world.
Yes.
Like things that
Yes.
you would imagine. Like that's the crazy thing.
Correct.
Like
Yeah.
even stuff on Survivor when they give you like food and you think like
Hmm.
this is the best burger I've ever had, you know?
Yeah. You
The,
appreciate it,
yeah, yeah.
you know.
It makes
I
me think.
remember
It make.
one of the cameramen,
Uh-huh.
they burped.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. And you, I remember everyone was like, like you were sniffing. You're like, he just had a
I was like, is
burger
that a
and fries.
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, was that a grape soda?
yeah, yeah, yeah. You were
I
calling it
remember.
out. Yeah, you were calling it out. I remember that too.
Man.
Um, these are like some smash questions, and they're just asking
Yeah, go for it. Your fans want to hear from you.
Uh, I mean, Smash questions is like, who do you think Boston Rob would be in Smash Brothers, and how do you think of like the new Min Min review? I mean, Boston
Hmm.
Rob is he's one of the best players, right? But Survivor's
Of
given him so
course.
many chances, so I mean, he'd be like,
Yeah.
I guess he'd be like the someone who's really good at Smash, like Joker or
Hmm.
Palutena. Who knows? Um, who from your season do you still keep in touch with? Nobody. We haven't spoken
Nobody.
like 11 years, 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah. Like I
Um,
said, I mean, Corinne, we don't keep in touch, but on social media, we'll
like we'll hear,
comment.
we'll comment, but we don't really keep in touch.
Yeah.
Like you
Hey,
don't.
how you doing?
We're talking about like hang out with, and like
Yeah.
talk with.
Mm-mm.
There's that's crazy because I see other survivors from other seasons and they're like
Mm.
like
Yeah.
so
BFFs.
close BFFs. Like they're hanging out, they're living together, they're hanging out every
Yeah.
weekend, and
Mm-mm.
then we don't have
It
that.
was something about Gabon, and the thing is, there may be. I feel like
Hmm.
Coda was very close knit,
Hmm.
so I could see
But
them.
I don't see Coda hanging out like how like other season survivors hanging out. Like they don't post
Yeah,
pictures.
it was just something about our season
Like we all
that
hate. Yeah, no one.
we were the first. And just to hint on this, we were the first season in high definition.
Hmm.
Did you remember that? Did you know that?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah. So, but hey, you know, if I want to, take this moment to say if I have insulted
Hmm.
or made someone feel bad
Hmm.
during my stint on Survivor,
Hmm.
during our season, I
Hmm.
want to apologize.
Yeah.
No, no
I
hard
mean, we
feelings.
grow. Yeah, it's a game, right?
Yeah.
We know that now, and obviously, like during our season,
I think I want to take that back.
take what back?
I still got hard feelings towards Randy.
You, Randy's watching. No, I know you two are good. You guys are good. Randy knows. Randy. Deep down, Randy's a good guy. I'll say that. Randy's a good guy.
Okay. I'm glad you can vouch for this.
I'll vouch for Randy.
Okay.
Randy and I actually like we talked a little bit after our season, and we both agreed like we had a good like Survivor gave us a good start. Like we had it all. Like
Hmm.
Fong, Dysfunction Tribe, whatever it was, like we had it.
Hmm.
But if
Yeah.
we knew each other how we knew each other now, it'd be a different story too.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, it is what it is because like that's the thing about Survivor. Like nobody knows anybody, nobody knows the thing when you first play.
Mm-mm.
It's watching and play are completely different too. When you're watching, they don't show everything, obviously.
Yep.
when you're playing, you know everything, or you kind of know what you're doing here and there. But it's
Yeah.
like you're also like not in the loop half the time, so
Correct.
you have to figure out things and try to adapt to Survivor because Survivor has so many ups and downs and changes, especially nowadays. Like there's so many things that happen in Survivor with all of these advantages, all these immunities.
Yeah.
They're bringing
Yeah.
back they're not even having Exile Island. They're having the Redemption Island, wherever it's
Yeah.
called, where people
Hmm.
is it called Redemption?
Have
I
a
don't.
chance to come back into the game.
Yeah, it's so crazy. The game has evolved so much, but I
Mhm.
don't know if it's evolved for the better because I'm more of like old school Survivor. I liked watching Survivor when it had like hidden mini idols are sure fine, but all these advantages are like, whoa, that's a little breaking outside
Yeah,
the
it's kind
box. Yeah.
exactly. Well, I think, and I don't have a producer hat on or anything like that,
Mhm.
but I think that they have to keep it fresh. They have to
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
changing and evolving with the
Yep.
times
Yep.
because obviously, if you keep playing the same way,
Mhm.
folks are going to figure it out that, oh, okay, I'm going to go into this game,
Uh huh.
and
Yep.
just
Yep.
cutthroat everybody. So
They said, okay, so Beatrix says, what were your favorite unaired tribal council moments? I mean, you
tribal
gotta,
council
yeah,
was 2 hours.
yeah, it's a long time.
It's a long
And I
time.
remember after tribal council we get home and the fire would be out and everyone's tired, like, but
Yeah.
tribal council lasts a long time. Sometimes even longer when Jeff doesn't get what he wants. Then it just
Yeah.
lasts even longer. And I remember like here's the thing, nowadays like they let people whisper and strategize during tribal council. That shit did not fly during my season. Anybody who tried
No.
doing that like would get bitched at so hard. Like Jeff would be like,
Yes.
"What the fuck are you doing? Like you
Yeah.
can't talk to each other right now." You know?
I got fussed out one time during tribal
Mhm.
for clapping because
Really?
we were mic'd up
Uh-huh.
and I was like supposed to be talking and I'm like doing this. And they were like, Crystal, you really need to stop clapping. Okay, I can't clap, but y'all letting them whisper.
Now, yeah, I don't know. They let people whisper, and I remember when people were voting, and they're still like nowadays, like it's like anything goes. People were talking and whatever. But I did it one time, and Jeff was stood up, and he's like, "Kenny, what the fuck are you doing again? No fucking talking."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I wasn't even talking. I was just like talking to myself, if anything. But we're all mic'd up, and they can hear everything, you know?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so uh, hold on. I actually did something bad. Oh, let me pull up the questions one more time. I actually exited out. Okay, here we go. Like most of these questions, like I kind of answered in my own AMA.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna answer like too many because like this is more like your so AMA than mine.
Okay.
Um, do you, well, someone asked like, how do you feel about Maddie? Yours and Maddie's like relationship. Like, how did it go south? How was it
We
bad?
were polar opposites. I mean, we weren't as bad as Randy and I,
Uh-huh. And
but
they're talking about like the secret scene where you were telling Maddie about how like he backstabbed you first or something like that and how you guys should be good. I don't know, but he's talking about that. So how do you feel about Maddie anyways? Like how did you connect with Maddie?
Maddie to me, he was. I think I was older. I think I'm older than Maddie, but even at the time,
You were both 29. Oh,
we were.
everyone both 29, yeah. In the same group. You, Sugar, Ace, Corinne, Charlie, Marcus, all in the same age group. And even Michelle. Michelle was actually a year or 2 years younger. I don't remember.
Younger, yeah.
But
Um,
all around like 27 to 30.
yeah. I mean, I just think that Maddie and I, we just came from two different worlds. And, I don't even remember the secret scene that what that
Mhm.
person is talking about. But all in all, I mean, he's a he's a cool person. I mean, he was then, you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's kept up with Maddie since. Like Maddie would, like I told you, Maddie would leave me a couple like Facebook messages, like maybe 4, 5, 6 years ago, and be like, "Hey, Kenny, what's up, my little buddy?" You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a randomness.
yeah, random out of nowhere. Like I guess he like Just thought of me out of the blue
Soak it
too.
up.
Yeah. I mean, me and Maddie had some good times too.
Yeah.
There was the thing about Maddie was like, here's the thing with me and Maddie. Every single time he would pull me to the side and said, like, Kenny, man, I really love you. Like, we gotta be in an alliance, but like, you're with Crystal, so I can't be with you no matter what. You're with Crystal. Like every single time. Like
Yeah.
he always
And
said
I
that to
knew
me.
about that. And the thing is, why did Maddie not like me?
So I think like if anything, like I was in the middle of you and Maddie because I got along with both you guys fine, but you guys just didn't click. And I thought, and since Maddie turned on you first, I trusted you more when GC left. Otherwise,
Hmm.
like Maddie wanted me to be his number one and I to be his number one. But then you were my
Yeah.
number one after that, and I wasn't gonna change that, and he knew that. So, like,
I think everyone's perception of you, honestly, you were like everyone's kid brother
mhm,
because you were like a little brother to me, you
mhm,
know, and that's how, even like you said, when Maddie reached out, hey, little buddy,
yeah,
whatever it is he
yeah,
called you,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it's funny because he would be like the Maddie Kenny combo, and in the gaming community, I have something called the Ken combo, and people were like referring that to like Maddie Kenny combo, but yeah, never mind. But yeah, but I had good relations with Maddie. Like me and him clicked right away, even though he was like a surfer dude. But I clicked with everybody pretty much besides like Coda, but Coda didn't really give anybody a chance, right? And Randy, there was a time I don't think they aired it, where we were at the merge feast, right, Crystal? Like you kind of thunderstorms are hitting you, but I'll talk about it. I came to Randy. I said, you know what? We had our differences, but I think if we teamed up now, Randy, like we can win this thing and we get to the end. And Randy straight
Mhm.
up declined, 100% declined. And I was super truthful and honest to him. And if he would have taken my thing, and like he would have said, you know what, handshake, like deal down, we would have like it could have been you, me, and Randy in the end, with everybody else sitting in the jury.
Yeah.
It would have been if he would have just like took it and he would have been like had an alliance with you afterwards or whatever. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. But I did come to Randy at one point, and I asked him to
Yeah.
come back, but he was already drinking the Coda Kool-Aid, so it was
Dakota Kool-Aid.
yeah, it was too late. I heard it tasted like onions. But anyways,
Yeah, that's a good spin on it.
um Super Survivor 69 says, Crystal, would you ever play Super Smash Brothers? And if you did, who would you main? Do you even know what Super Smash Brothers is?
Um, I know nothing about Super Smash Brothers. Every time
Okay.
I hear it, I think about you, Kenny.
Oh, just say Ganondorf. You'd be a Ganondorf main.
Okay. Oh, I'll be again more.
Okay, so
Am I breaking up?
yeah, just thunderstorms, but it's all right. Um,
Okay.
okay, so this Travis Town says, Crystal, how do you feel about becoming a cult favorite in the Survivor community? There are some message boards that instead of Merry Christmas, wish each other massive Crystal miss instead of dismiss internet trolls by saying eat your rice.
Yes. It's an honor. Thank
It's
you
an
for all the
honor.
love.
I'm
That's all I
I'm
have to
I'm
say.
glad that there's a lot of Crystal fans because even I'm a Crystal fan. Like I'm a Survivor fan and I'm a Crystal fan, and I'm
Oh,
I'm 100% glad that I wasn't on Token Cheens and I got to play with you. And obviously I'm
thank you.
very
Same here.
thankful for ever getting to play Survivor and make it on the show. Like that was my
Yeah,
dream. That was
same here.
that was like my dream come true actually to get stuck in and starving
Hmm.
on in Africa and having hard times. It's what
Yeah,
everybody wants.
exactly. That was part of your dream, Kenny.
It is. I loved it. I loved every part of it. Um, so this guy says, did we ever patch things up with Randy after the show? Obviously, we just talked about Randy. Um, but you're cool with Randy.
Um,
I'm very cool with Randy.
we're okay.
Okay, so
We're okay.
okay.
If Randy wants to do Survivor again and he wants me as his bud, I will play. But then I'll be really leery because I can so see Randy cutting my throat at
Back
the
in.
end.
It's hard though. Like obviously, like if I play with you again, like I'll tell you now, like if you have an opportunity to
You
go
know.
further and vote me out, like I want you to play for your game, obviously. You know, like if it helps
Yeah,
you.
I think.
Like
if
for example,
we have the chance to play again.
if Marcus, for example, came
Hmm.
to you and said, I will promise you final three or whatever if you vote out Kenny, and he was like legit about it, instead of offering you six and you voted me out, I'd be okay with it, because then you had a chance to win. But that's for your game. I want people to play Survivor, like that benefits them no matter what,
Yeah,
you know. And I hate it when
yeah.
people
I
play
think.
Survivor and play for other people.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
hear
worst
you.
thing. That's the worst thing, like in any competitive game that I can play.
Yeah.
Just giving it to someone else is the worst thing. Like I feel
Hmm.
for anything. Like I play like Fortune. I play this game called Fortune Street online a lot. I stream it and stuff. But we all like are very competitive, but we hate it. Everybody who plays the game hates it when someone just gives someone else the game instead of playing for themselves.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But but like if we
but I
did ever
will
play
tell
again,
you.
if we ever played again, like if they did was a dual season, they did ask us to come back. I would say like if someone like if you know that to cut my throat and it would get you further, like go for it. Like no feelings hurt,
Hmm.
no nothing. You know, just saying
Hmm.
that. Just saying now. No, but
I'm
not
just
being
telling you, I
butthurt.
cannot repeat those words. I
Hmm.
cannot share that same sentiment, Kenny.
Mm.
Okay,
Okay,
I just
okay.
can't.
Okay. Well,
Is that selfish?
no, it's not selfish. I don't think it's selfish. I think you're a great person,
No.
Crystal. Anyways, okay. So someone asks like, if there was a rival season, would you play with Randy? I think we answered this.
Yes.
Are there any other? I guess this guy doesn't really like Gabon, and also his name's kind of troll. I don't even want to say his name, but what he's saying, what are some seasons that are more you find more boring than Gabon? I guess he hated Gabon. I thought we had an entertaining season. Obviously, like the crazy thing
Yes.
is like obviously we're like not a lot of people liked our season, but some people have it as like their number one all time season ever.
Of course.
Hmm.
Yes.
But obviously
Yes.
it's a lot. I don't think the majority like our season, but not loved our season. Only a few
I
people
don't
loved
yeah,
our
I
season.
don't think we're at the bottom of the barrel. Clearly there's what, 40, 39 seasons ahead
Oh yeah,
in
definitely.
the mix.
We're not in the top
We're
bottom five.
definitely
Not in the top bottom five. No way.
no,
Mm.
no. There's a lot of great positives about our season
Hmm.
that would put us ahead
We
of
have we
a
have
lot
by
of other
far the
seasons.
greatest diverse cast in Survivor history.
Yes.
Besides,
Yes.
I mean, even Cook Islands, but they made sure that they had a diverse cast because they pitted like Hispanics, Asians, and
Mhm.
whites, blacks against each other. But our season, like we had you, which is like a gold Olympic medalist. We had me, like world class gamer. We had Randy,
Yes. Yes.
um, photographer, a wedding photographer. We had Ace, like half British, half American. We had Sugar. Like we had a lot of people, right? We had a lot of diverse.
Randy was a wedding photographer?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I
He was
forgot.
he was a wedding photographer. Yeah.
Well, why was he such a grouch? You can't be a grouch and be a wedding photographer.
Yes, you
Answer
can.
that question, Randy.
I'll answer it for him, Crystal. Weddings are not fun, especially if you're doing all the work for them. Like that's. But they
Yeah,
weddings do pay a lot for videographers and stuff.
of course.
Well,
Yeah,
he's not a
it's a
photographer, but he
business.
was like a videographer and a photographer, I guess. So he take pictures and do and watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So Barry Sweep Six is wondering like what have you been up to since Survivor finished, and huge shout outs for you for coming to do this, and you're basically what made Gabon, he says. So.
Well, first off, thank you for the love.
Mhm.
Um, and I have been a wife. I've been a mom, and just making sure that Destiny's volleyball career propels.
Mhm.
And I recruit doctors. I
Ooh.
work in the healthcare business.
Mhm.
So I recruit doctors, and I also have my own travel agency.
Oh wow.
So I'm a travel. Yeah,
Hmm.
I have a lot going on. So with COVID-19,
Mhm.
kind of sucks for travel right now,
Mhm.
but things will get better. I'm trying to stay optimistic and look towards the horizon.
That's nice. Um,
Yeah.
Hidden Palm says, "How do you react to Corinne's infamous speech to Sugar at the final tribal council? Like, what do you?"
Yeah, it was brutal,
Mhm.
but hey, Corinne had a way with words, and it was what it was. It didn't catch us off guard. It didn't catch me off guard because I knew they didn't like each other. So,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good.
Yeah. For TV, anyways, right? That's
Exactly.
that's that's
That's what I'm looking at. It
that's
was good for
I mean
TV.
that's one of the most iconic moments of our season compared to like
Yeah,
others. Like that's it's for TV. Um,
yeah.
okay, so Jace Flip says, can you explain why you chose to split votes between Corinne and Maddie when Corinne went home? You guys are one of my favorite underdog alliances ever. So I can explain that. So basically, um, we knew Bob's idol was fake. He like legit came to us and said it was fake. And then um, Corinne wanted us to vote Maddie to go home, and we knew that. So we split the votes. But I was also playing um for jury votes at the time too, because Corinne promised me said she promised me saying that if you vote for Maddie tonight, I will give you my jury votes, and I will also tell everyone in the jury to vote for you if you make it to the final three.
I remember that.
So
Hmm.
I specifically came to you, Crystal, and said, please vote for Corinne so she goes home, but I'm gonna vote for Maddie. So
Hmm.
I
I
was
remember that.
so I was at that point playing for jury votes. It wasn't because Bob's idol. It was all edited on TV. We knew it was fake. Um,
Yeah.
Corinne was going home, and I told Sugar and Maddie that I was gonna put down Maddie no matter what. But they didn't know. I don't remember. I think you guys were like, "Why would you put down Maddie and stuff?" But I had another deal with Corinne. I was playing for jury votes, and that's why it happened that way. But they edited it to show that I don't even remember how they edited it. But
Yeah.
the reason was that I told Crystal and Sugar that I was gonna vote for Maddie, so I would get Corinne's trust or whatever, and she was gonna go home. We all knew that, and I was just playing for jury votes, cause yeah, Corinne just promised me
Yeah.
jury votes, and said that she also said she would convince the whole jury to vote for me if I made it to the final three, and blah blah blah, all this stuff. So I was stupid in doing that because I guess it kind of turned Sugar. I don't know why, because Maddie was super upset and sad when he came back to camp saying that I turned on him and blah blah blah, and I guess he somehow turned Sugar because he was moping like a little baby. And yep, that's what happened. But in hindsight, would I have done the same thing? Um, obviously, if I played Survivor again, if I am willing to play it again, I would not play for jury votes. I would try to make it to the end. Obviously, like you can't um, count your chickens before they hatch, right? So
Correct.
I was already like trying to think about end game at that time, and it's not
Yeah.
smart to think about end game at final six, final five, final seven, whatever. You need to think about
Mm-mm.
end game at end game.
You're right.
Hmm.
That yeah, that is a sign of growth.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah. So in hindsight, I kind of screwed my game a little, but I also thought that Sugar and Crystal had my back no matter what, but that wasn't the case. I was a little naive to think that. And if you're playing Survivor, you shouldn't think that anybody's gonna have your back besides yourself, because
You're
there's a few rare cases on any season that someone has your back, right? Especially nowadays. But
yeah.
in the old seasons, like you can't get there alone. You have to have someone that has your back 100%. And for my season, especially Gabon, it was Crystal, and she had my back, and I had hers.
Yeah.
So okay, so
So,
that answers that question. So they edited it kind of weird, but that's how it was. Um, Scoo says, is Corinne really as mean as she seems, or was she just playing it up for cameras? Like, is she really nice in real life? What do you think? Have you talked to Corinne?
I mean, I kind of only knew her
Mm-hmm.
on the camera. I mean, during that time, she's a lot like me. She's outspoken. She's gonna speak her
Mm-hmm.
mind, except for she puts a little bit of spice on it.
Yeah, she loves the spice. She loves the
Yeah.
spice.
Um, how she is in real life. I mean, I'm not able to tell you, but I do know a few
I've
circles that she hang around,
I've met up with
and
Corinne a couple times after our season, and she's always been nice to me. Even on Survivor,
yeah,
she's been nice. She's very
because you're everyone's little brother.
I don't even know about it. Well, maybe I guess, but even after Survivor, like I think she went to do some like Street Fighter thing, and she came back and she's like, "Oh, Kenny, I don't even play games here. You can have like this like little Chung Li figurine and games and like a shirt," and I
Mhm.
was super happy to have it because I love
Yeah,
video games and
that's
stuff.
your
But
thing.
yeah, and she gave it to me, and she was always nice.
Yeah.
Um, she's aging very well, Corinne.
Oh
I think
yeah.
she posted
Whatever
something.
she's drinking,
Yeah.
she's drinking the Kool Aid.
She
Yeah,
yeah
she looks the same.
yeah she posted on social media. I was like, wow, Corinne, you look good. But I think we went to a Survivor finale one time. I think it was Mari's. I think it was like
Mm-hmm.
the Gen X one or something. Because Mari is a gamer too, and she invited me. And Corinne was there, and I was like, "Oh, hey, Corinne!" Like I took a picture with her, and she was like, "Wow,
Yeah.
you haven't aged." And I was like, "You haven't aged. You look like you haven't aged." So that's what. No, she's a nice girl. I think she's nice.
Okay.
But if she has something to
That's
say,
good.
she's gonna say it.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
mean, she might be.
And I think that's what I like about her.
Yeah,
It's
she.
no gray area.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Corinne's nice, and yeah. Let's move on. How Louis Vuitton says, "How bad do y'all smell?" I got a
Oh, we
story for
smell
this.
bad.
I couldn't really smell, but what it was I remember at Fawn Camp, like GC was washing his clothes or something, and he would
Mm-hmm.
hang them to dry under like the smoke, and he smelled like barbecue. Do you remember that? And we would go through the jungles. I'm like, "You guys smell that? It smells like barbecue." And it was GC because he was like smoking his shirt. Oh man,
Yeah.
but yeah, GC
Yeah.
smelled like
We smell
barbecue.
terrible. We smell like hot garbage.
I couldn't smell ourselves, for me
I
anyways.
couldn't, but from the what the producers told us.
Yeah, yeah. We smell
I
every.
remember the first couple days right before you lose your sense of smell.
Hmm.
I remember our breath smelled really bad.
Oh
I
yeah,
rem-
yeah. I can't imagine people like making out on Survivor.
People do.
Uh, That's what I'm saying. That's disgusting. Like dirty, not brushing our
Uh,
teeth, bad hygiene.
mm-mm.
Like oh, like that's the last thing you think about when you're out there. I'm just trying to survive.
No,
Okay, and
no, s-
anybody who was saying that I was thinking about that stuff my season, I played it up for cameras. That was my game. I told Crystal this. Like, yes, I picked Kelly, but I also said she was hot. But because I wanted people to think that that's the reason I picked her. No, I picked her because I realized that Ace and her wasn't getting along, and
mhm.
she's another number in my alliance. Like like
Yeah.
yes. I played it up. That was like my gameplay. I don't know if people knew about that. I don't. Did you know about that? Did you know like that was gameplay, or did you think I was just like horny little kid or what?
I'll take B.
What?
Horny little kid.
Okay, so I was playing so well. Okay, that's I'll take that. I'll take that. Um, some of these questions are the same questions, and so we won't answer them. It's like basically saying like who wins in the final
Yeah.
Maddie's. Okay. So number 22 says, how often do you think about Icho rice?
How often do I think about it? I don't think about it quite often.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's just, but hey, if it comes out, it comes out. My family teased me about it too, so.
So if you were to play Survivor again, would you say those famous lines?
No, I would come up with another tagline.
Okay. I'd say those
Yeah.
lines. I'd definitely say those
But the
lines.
thing is, the fans and the
Uh-huh.
producers probably be waiting for me to say it,
Hmm.
and I'm not going to say it then. So I have to come up with something
I'd
else.
say it. I'd wake up every morning on Survivor, be like, eat your rice. Before I go to bed, eat your rice. I'm just joking.
I mean, the intent, I didn't know that was going to become a thing until
Oh yeah,
after
yeah.
Survivor.
No one knows what's gonna be a thing. It's just nowadays in society, it's all about memes and all that stuff.
Hmm.
It's all about the dank memes. You know what memes are, right?
Yes, I'm not
Hmm.
antique.
Okay. Um. This someone says, how much faith did you have in Susie the night Marcus left, and who would be the ideal third finalist? And have you guys been asked? And we would answer that question. But how much faith did you have in Susie when we voted out Marcus that night?
At that time, I mean, she shifted when she needed to shift. I
Yeah.
will give her that
She did
much.
flip a
So
lot, so it was
yeah,
like, is she
when
with
we needed
us?
her to stay with us, she stayed with us.
Uh-huh.
When it became crunch time,
Hmm.
she flipped when she needed to protect her game. And
Yeah.
I can't hate on her for that.
No, you can't. Like if you're playing, that's her game, and if she's trying to play to win, and that's like her
Yeah.
only way to stay in the game. And I mean, she got second
Yeah.
our season, and she had to do
Yeah.
it. That's legit a strategy.
She played smarter than us.
Definitely,
She made it farther. So
definitely. You had a big target on yourself, Crystal. That the target was never going away for some reason. It was so big.
okay.
I don't know why.
I wish some of the our former castaways, I wish they would write in or
Yeah,
send you a text or something and
yeah.
explain why they
I don't.
hated me so much.
I don't. I can't answer that for you because I was with you. But I don't. I mean, obviously, like I said, I think it's because you were outspoken and you were intimidating in a way because you would say things.
But Kenny, you saw a different side of me.
I saw.
I don't
Yeah,
know if,
yeah. I can't think of you as being intimidated. Like intimidation.
yeah,
Like I when I look at you, I'm like big gentle giant. Like
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Because
Like I
like.
wanted to make sure that you ate, make sure that you
Mhm.
stayed warm,
Mhm.
you know,
Cause
stuff like that. I
yeah,
was
cause every
mm,
single time like when like shit hits the fan, you'd come to me and like we'd be real and talk about stuff. But I I I don't know. Like I don't know what it is.
mm.
I,
Well, I'm curious to find out.
mm. Maybe Randy will tell us. Who knows?
Yes.
Uh, would you any of you guys be interested in playing international Survivor like Australia, South Africa, New Zealand?
Oh
I think
yes. I
Russell
would.
Hantz went to an Australian Survivor or something, and they voted out really early.
Well, that sucked.
Yeah, I
At
mean,
that point, you don't care
yeah,
because
yeah,
you know
yeah.
I'm sure there's
I
incentives.
mean, I
You
don't think
know.
Russell Hantz will ever get far anymore because like people know his game and unless he
Yeah.
completely changes it at one like 360, but I don't see that happening. But
Yeah.
yeah, you would play Australian Survivor, South Africa Survivor, New Zealand.
Yeah. I would.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think I would play. That'd be so weird. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, I've been to Australia before, so I want to go back.
Okay, Mother Masterpiece says, Kenny, did Sugar ever cuddling up with a rich man? Like you still laugh at that clip? I mean, we're just joking around. Obviously not. I went on Survivor. I didn't cuddle with anybody. Always slept in the corner of the little hut because I was like small and kind of short compared to everybody else. And there was always an anthill in that corner, and I'd get rid of it every single night. And it'd form every single time I got to sleep. I don't know why, and that's where I slept. So no, to answer your question, I didn't cuddle with anybody. Uh, so if we were both casted on the season of Brains, Beauty, and Brawn,
Okay.
which tribe would we be on?
Brawn
Obviously,
and brains. You'll
Brawn's
be on
brains.
brains.
I thought it would be on Beauty, but I guess I'm just joking. No, yeah, yeah, 100%. Brains for me and Brawn's for you. 100%,
Yeah.
100%.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, was there a chance for either of us voting for Sugar in the end in the final tribal council? Imaginary ad says no, like zero chance, zero shot.
Wonk wonk. No.
I had a I would have voted for her, but when I realized her gameplay wasn't playing to win, I no, then 0%.
Yeah.
If you're not playing
I
to
mean,
win, then you don't
she was the
deserve.
reason why I ended up over on the other side in
Yeah,
Ponderosa.
yeah, but I mean, obviously, if she did that to win, Crystal, like to play to win, like obviously, then you have to consider like, yeah, I'll vote for you. But if she did it and she didn't play to win, then there's no point of voting for her, right?
Yeah.
Like you
I
have
think
to.
she was playing for Bob to win.
Yeah, if you're playing for someone else to win, then yeah, you're not gonna get any votes. So yeah,
Correct.
obviously, yeah. So yeah, no, I was not gonna vote for Sugar if she wasn't playing to win on her for herself. If she's playing for someone else to win,
Hmm.
then that other person is gonna win, obviously, because you're giving it to them.
Yeah.
Um, it says Merlin says, give us your take on Modern Survivor since it's changed a lot since you both played in Gabon. Do you think there's a problem with the like saturation of advantages, like the edge of extinction, thoughts on fire tokens, and casting? Um, Pretty much want to hear your thoughts since I really hope you both still watch. Do you still watch Survivor?
Every blue moon.
Every blue moon. So have you seen the last season of Survivor?
I saw bits and pieces of it.
Mhm.
I do think to answer the question, I do think it is saturated,
Mhm.
but I feel like they have to do those things to stay fresh and stay new and keep adding a twist to keep their fan base,
Mhm.
you
I
know.
I agree with you.
So
Cause like uh, modern Survivor is so boring. Like strategy and they can only edit things in certain ways. But with all these twists and turns, like they can edit. It's like a new,
yeah,
it's like a new story, a new world for them to tell. And it's
exactly.
and it's also like very boring to go back to old school stuff because like I know a lot of even video game producers and stuff who make new games. They don't want to. They want to work on something new and not the old stuff because they're done with the old. They want the new, right? It's not
Hmm.
good for the players, obviously, because like we're just the pawns
Correct.
in their game, but it's good for them and it's good for TV. It keeps things
Correct.
exciting, right?
Correct.
Okay, so Golden Boy says, So Survivor Gabon is one of my favorite seasons. Thank you so much for a wonderful season. Every single one of you made a great cast. I guess my question is, if you would play Gabon over again, what would you have done differently? I mean, we talked about it. I don't know if we talked about it on stream.
Yeah.
I mean, we said we would go to
Um,
time machine, and um,
yeah. I wouldn't be as outspoken.
you would be
I think
outspoken.
I would tone that down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I already talked about my gameplay. Like, I would play the same game, but except I wouldn't be so trustworthy uh of everybody, I guess. Like people who give my your word and stuff. Like you can't just take their word, you know.
Correct.
Unless like like actions obviously are stronger than words. So if
Hmm.
they show like if they're really loyal and stuff, then you kind of trust them in a way. But you can't just
Correct.
trust like their word, you know. Because Matty was telling me things and he would do something different, and I'd just be like Matty, bro, like what's going on? He's like, oh, I got nervous and blah blah. Like, come on, dude. Like, you can't trust those people, especially on Survivor. Like playing with
Okay.
what were you gonna
I was
say?
gonna ask you, would you
Uh-huh.
change up your gameplay and me and you not be paired together?
If I change, yeah, you have to adapt. That's how. If you're good at Survivor, you have
Okay.
to adapt.
So
So,
I think that
no,
if you could do anything different,
yeah,
right? Okay,
hmm
yeah, folks like see Kenny and Crystal as this awesome pair,
yeah.
but I think that if you probably would change it, I think that you would not have pegged yourself with me because I had a target on my back.
No, I don't think I would because I could have easily left you and went with Maddie and Ace and Sugar, but I stuck with you.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, I stuck with you. I gave you my word and I said I was gonna protect you no matter what, and
Hmm.
I did.
And you know, I think that's what drew me to you,
Yeah.
and I think that's why we made such a great pair.
You know what? Here's the thing. Like, you know, producers. Like sometimes when you talk to producers and you telling them what it is, and they want a story to tell, so they were like,
Mm.
"So Kenny, do you think Crystal is like the princess up in this castle, and you're like Mario or something, and you're trying to save her right now?" And obviously, yes, I think Crystal is the princess, and I'm the
Oh.
plumber, and I'm trying to save her, and that none of that stuff aired, because they, you know, I'm a gamer, and they try to mix and match things, but none of
Hmm.
that stuff aired. But
Yeah.
at that time, yeah. But the crazy thing is, for me to save you, like I had to read Ace in advance. You know that, right? The
Yeah.
only way for me to save you during that vote with Ace was to get Sugar because Maddie was already he didn't like you. He was gonna try to get rid of you so he can stay with me. So I read Ace's gameplay and I said that Ace was gonna ask Sugar for her idol and
Hmm.
then vote her out. And that was the only like gameplay that I had to save you. And Ace, I took a 50-50 because I didn't know Ace was gonna ask Sugar for her idol or not. And I told Sugar that Ace was gonna ask for your idol. So if he is, then that means he's gonna try to vote you out. And he ended up asking her for her idol anyways, like out of nowhere, which is crazy. So the story that I told Sugar like happened.
Yeah.
So if Ace didn't ask Sugar for her idol, then I don't think that you would I don't think that I would have saved you that night, and I think you would have went home because
Mm,
so
mm, mm,
Ace
mm.
basically shot himself in the foot by asking Sugar for her idol.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then Sugar pulled a fast one and voted out Ace with us, which is crazy.
Thank you, sugar. We don't
Yeah.
say that quite often, but thank you.
Yeah. But Sugar also told me that Ace was gonna get rid of her like down the line somewhere. I don't know. But I don't think anybody trusted Ace. Like
No.
no one
I,
trusted Ace. Besides
I think it
Maddie.
was his accent.
Besides Maddie. And Ace told me that when it came down to like me, Sugar, and him in Final Four, he would get rid of Maddie like in a heartbeat. So Ace was really trying to get rid of Maddie like in Final Five, around Final Five. Was that crazy? Like Ace already had a gameplay up to Final Five, and it came to me. He's like, "Yo, like you, me, Sugar, Maddie, and like whoever Coda that they're bringing along. Then we blindside Maddie at Final Five, and then we get rid of the last person. Then you, me, Sugar in Final Three. That was like Ace's plan. Wasn't that crazy?
Mm.
But Ace was just like me. He counted his chickens before they hatched, and already thought about the
Yeah.
end game.
Yeah.
Uh, um, Avildrun says, "What about each other that drew you to forming such an unlikely alliance?" I mean, we talked about it, like just right now. Like, I guess I saved you, you
Yeah.
saved me. Like, no turning back, right? Um,
Yeah.
and they also said, Crystal, do you have any other iconic voting confessionals which did not air in the final edit? and I think about "Forget You, Go Home, Goodbye" far too much. So, do you remember? Do you remember any other like voting confessionals that you said that didn't air towards anybody? And he also
No.
said like, Kenny, did you ever
Well, other
consider?
than "You're Not Dakota God,"
Goodbye to Marcus.
I think that one was for Marcus.
Hmm. But that aired. That
Um,
aired.
oh yeah.
To be
No,
honest, like most of your voting confessionals aired, and like none of mine aired ever, because that was so silent.
because I think the way the producers, they kind of already knew which angle I was gonna go. Like the viewers already knew
Hmm.
which way I was gonna go. So
Uh
let's
huh.
just see what she's gonna say.
Yeah.
You know, a lot
Okay.
of that stuff I just thought of on the fly, anyways.
Okay. So Gabe says he adores us both, and he says thoughts on Ace's accent.
It's real. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, it's real.
I get the dual citizenship, so
Yeah,
it's real.
it's real. It's real. Yeah, Ace's accent's it's real. It's real. He still
Yeah.
talks like that in real life,
Hmm.
person. He's a dual citizenship. Um,
You remember that story he told us about Jack the Ripper
no,
and
I
his
don't.
grandmother?
No, I don't.
Yes, he told us this story about
Uh
his
huh. Uh
mother
huh.
or his grandmother
Uh huh.
and how she met Jack the Ripper.
Mhm.
It was some crazy story, and we were like all kind of drawn in.
Mhm.
But okay, I'm not giving Ace too much airtime. Next.
Okay. Um. D Reality Freak says, "When do you think the perfect time to vote Sugar out of Gabon without hurting your game?" So if we were to do it differently and try to get to the
Hmm.
end, like us two, us three, whatever, when would be the perfect time to vote out Sugar? And I guess blindside her with her idol.
That would have been the perfect time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that she played the time that she did play because she was on Exile Island a lot.
Mhm.
Um, she would have made top six. She would have made. We would have gotten rid of Corinne,
Mhm.
and then I think I would have held on to Sugar as long as I could, and then
Like
got rid of
at
her.
least top
No,
four, top.
yeah, top
Yeah.
four, top
Yeah.
five, something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Cause like.
because I would have voted Bob out
Yeah.
instead of me.
Uh huh.
Bob should have went
Yeah. Yeah.
because I would have stayed loyal to Fong,
Mhm.
and then Maddie,
Uh huh.
then Sugar,
Uh huh.
and then we would have been in the top three.
Should have told me that. But I don't
Hmm?
know. I don't know. I think you should have told me that, but I don't think I would have agreed with that too. Especially because I made so many.
It's hindsight.
Yeah. Like at that time, like since I was like still, I guess a kid, 21, whatever. Um. Well, I was an adult, but I don't think I would have backstabbed Sugar. I don't think I could have backstabbed you or Sugar. I think I would have
Yeah,
taken out Susie, before Sugar and got her to the final three. But now, obviously, hindsight is hindsight. There was plenty of
yeah.
times to get rid of Sugar and blindside her. There were times
Mhm.
where Maddie wanted to get rid of Sugar. There were times where Susie was like, "Oh, we gotta get rid of Sugar. She has an idol," and I protected her, and Crystal
Yeah.
protected her. There was so many times that we could have got rid of Sugar, but we didn't because we had a pact, and yeah, that's what happened.
We were very loyal to our word,
We
and I
were.
think that's
That's
you
what killed.
know,
That's what killed us. Obviously, that's what sent us to the jury.
yeah.
Um. Oh, this is a long one. I don't know if I should read all this. I'll just read yours. I don't want to read mine since it's
Okay.
more about you. Okay. So, Crystal, in a season of wild characters and memorable moments, I really had more fun than when you would show up to my screen. Every single confessional in your line you delivered is perfect. And me, my friends, and presumably a large portion of the community has your voting confessionals and one-liners memorized by heart. My question for you is, what aspect of your personality do you feel like the edit missed on? And if you feel like it got like the edit got you pretty well. What was your favorite moment that didn't make it to screen? And similar to me, like Ken, um, I'll be pushing for you both to get on a second season of Survivor
Oh, thank you so very much for the
from Umbreon.
question.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ariad. Um, I think that the confessional part, honestly, that's Crystal.
Mhm.
Like I'm like that in my day to
Mhm.
day.
Did you like your edit?
No, not really.
Mhm.
But the fans liked it. I think with me, you either like me or you didn't.
Uh huh.
I didn't really have any middle of the roaders. Folks either loved Crystal or they hated her.
Mhm.
And I think that they wanted at the time,
Mm-hmm.
12 years ago in that world, I think that they wanted the loud,
Mm-hmm.
angry,
Mm-hmm.
outspoken castaway. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's what they wanted,
And you
you know.
delivered, right? You delivered.
Yeah.
You gave it to them. Which is why I don't understand why they didn't ask you back after that. So, like, what are
I
the
don't know
reasons?
why.
Yeah. Um, Someone says, why was Jillian even asked to be on the show? Max Rum.
Because she's from Africa.
She's from South Africa, but Jillian's very
Yes.
entertaining, though. She, like I said, in the first casting process, Jillian was.
Mhm,
I saw Jillian. She went to the whatever. She spoke.
mhm,
She's a very good speaker. Everybody, the producers loved her. Unlike me, who were like, who is not like that good of a speaker, but I still got on the show. So I think the
mhm,
Survivor people are looking for people who are unique in a way and are very good at storytelling and speaking. And Jillian
mhm.
had all of that, but she's old. But age doesn't stop you from playing
Yeah,
Survivor, right? There's been a lot of good old
yeah,
players, and so I think Survivor casts you because of you, not because of what you want them to cast you for, right?
yeah. You're right.
So
You're right.
if you guys are applying for Survivor, you guys ever want to be on Survivor, like be you. Like if they like you, then they'll put you on. You don't want to
Correct.
try to be someone else. Like I didn't go into
No,
casting and try to be someone I'm not.
Crystal.
Yeah, I didn't try to be like
Yes.
yeah, I didn't try to be Crystal or anything. Crystal was
No, I'm
Crystal.
trying to be
Yeah, yeah,
Crystal.
yeah, yeah.
Because if that's the case, then they'll call me back.
What do you think of Edge of Extinction, Crystal, and be as brutal as possible?
I can't be brutal. I only watch parts of it.
Okay, so I don't like Edge of Extinction. Like I said, I rather just once you're voted out, you're out. But that's just me.
Yeah. Oh, that's when they could come back in.
Yeah, yeah, Edge of Extinction. Yeah,
No.
no, yeah, yeah. That's just
Goodbye.
yeah. But I understand why they did it for the
They have to change it up.
no. I understand why they did it for the last season of the Winners at War because these are all winners and they want some airtime for these characters that you know you don't want. Let's say Boston Rob gets voted out first. Like you want to see people. Some people out there love Boston Rob and want to see him on screen and and that's a way to have them on screen. Um,
Yeah.
um, Averin says like Randy and Sugar and Corinne all returned for second seasons. Were you guys rooting for them?
No.
No, just played out. No.
Mm.
um,
I'm sorry. I'm being honest right now.
I'm a little sad that Sugar, Randy, and Corinne came back on their second season and they didn't make the jury. I was hoping for them to at least make jury, like to represent our season. But
Mm.
like it just shows that our season just like we suck.
It wasn't that we stuck. They chose the wrong three players.
Okay, okay. So would have who should they who should they have chosen if you were
I
to?
think it would have been me, you, and Randy. But Randy, yes, they called him back, but he didn't really have an edge with him with those two.
Uh
He
huh.
needed me and you. We would have given him that edge.
No, but they didn't play in the same season. Like Corinne played in a different season than Randy. Well, Sugar and Randy
Yeah,
played on the Heroes vs
un-
Villains. Yeah,
correct.
yeah. But Corinne
So
played in another season.
yeah. Hmm,
Okay, so you think you, me, and Randy should have came back and not Sugar and Corinne?
correct.
Okay,
That's my final answer.
final answer.
Yes.
uh, this says Legend Gamer. He says I got him to Survivor. He's a gamer just like me, and he thanks me and happy that I'm doing the second. I mean, guys, look, this is like more like Crystal's AMA because I already did AMA. I answered all these questions. This is like strictly, but I'm not gonna answer too much. Uh, you know, um, we went over like most of the questions and we answered them. Uh, Crystal. Uh,
Hmm.
they're saying like, what's your relation between Sugar and Maddie around camp? Asked by Barry Sweepstakes. Did we talk
What's my
about this?
relationship?
Yeah, yeah, like around camp with Sugar and Maddie.
I thought we got along well. I mean, I didn't know Maddie disliked me as much as he did, but
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is.
And then President Lap says, was Fong as dysfunctional as the shown on TV? Were
Yes,
we that bad?
we were terrible.
Um, Devdu says like we deserve Gabon. He thinks that I should have won and or you. What do you think about that?
I feel like either one of us, but I'm being biased right
Mhm.
now.
Mhm.
But that is a great question.
Mhm.
But yeah, honestly, if you go off of who carried who and who just really made the strength of the season,
Mhm.
it was you and I.
Mhm.
You know, you were an amazing gamer
Mhm.
on the show, and I mean, you saw things that I didn't see.
Mhm.
Which hey, we made it far, but
Yeah.
that's not
Um.
what's going to win. It's who makes it the farthest.
Yeah. Ad for real says any funny stories that happened in the Gabon reunion. Do you remember our reunion very well? Any funny
I
stories?
do.
Mhm.
No, no funny stories. I mean, I was happy to see everyone. The thing is, when we saw everyone, we had all gained weight.
Of course. Like 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 look at my face. Like I'm pretty sure I was like that on
Yeah.
Survivor. Yeah. Um, everybody gains weight. Even on like a returning season, like everyone starts off
Hmm.
fat because everyone knows like y- you're gonna need that fat. And then there's some. Okay, here's like there's two strategies to get on Survivor, like to what to do on Survivor. One, you eat a ton of food and you gain weight, so then your body can
Hmm.
just like burn it off on the island. Or two, you put yourself in that state already and not eat much and whatever, then get on the island, you're already adapted to it. So,
Yeah.
but which strategy would you do? Just what strategy? Maybe the first one, right? Gain a lot of weight.
Yeah. I mean, I'm there now. That's why I want to go back.
Oh, okay. So you've been planning. You've been planning for these like 11 years.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
like a bear. Like, I'm
Mhm.
storing it.
Mhm.
And I'm coming out of hibernation.
Hibernation.
Yes.
Do you want to show people your gold medal? I know.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, you want to show people?
Yeah, let me go
Okay.
get it.
Okay. So she's gonna flex on you guys right now and show you guys this amazing.
Yes. This is definitely one of those things where the internet doesn't say all of its truths.
Mhm. I mean, I could flex right now to show you guys my trophies, but
Oh, I'm coming.
it's nothing compared to a Olympic gold, real gold
Okay.
medal. Oh shit! Here it comes. There it is. Oh
Yes.
snaps!
See, Athens
You
04.
gotta hold it. Yeah, you gotta hold it up a little bit more. Look, that's real gold, guys. I take that and take a bite out of it like a pirate right now to see if it's true. It's not chocolate, right? It's not chocolate.
No, no.
Damn.
So yes, I worked very
There
hard for that.
you go, guys. Like Crystal is legit. She's not
No.
the survivor challenges they're not her forte, but she's definitely legit.
Nope.
Survivor challenges are like Chuck E. Cheese things that you play at Chuck E. Cheese. They're not real sports. So
Exactly. No, they're
anybody,
not.
so just because someone's good at survivor
You remember
challenges,
that time we had to run with the snake?
yeah, that was that was bad. Yeah, what about that? Randy was killing in that challenge. I don't know how he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had a strategy, um, for Ace, and he completely ignored it. Cause Ace like once he came to Fong, he like took over the Fong tribe, and like Maddie
Yeah,
was
he
just
tried to be the leader.
yeah, and
Yeah.
Maddie was just, like his right hand man, so Maddie was just like yeah, like do everything Ace would say, and then I'd come up with like some strategies for these challenges. I'm like Ace, like I think for this challenge, like since they have a lot of people and people end up tripping on each other anyways when you're running, I think in the challenge like we take our fastest, strongest people and just dip and just have whoever like the strongest and fastest carry the snake and sprint to the other people, right?
Hmm.
And then Ace is like, "No, I think we should do this, Kenny. We're gonna we're gonna all run and have some stamina, and we could catch up to them." I'm like, "Fuck, man! Like we're gonna lose for sure." But it obviously
We
didn't
we
work.
got lapped.
Yeah, we got lapped, but yeah, there was some freaking Ace, man. Sometimes he would listen and then just not listen.
Who put us in that order? Because he had Kelly in
Ace,
front of me.
Ace did. It was all Ace. And this is why we came back to these like that's when we came back to camp and you were so mad. You were like, "We gotta vote out Ace," and I was like, But Ace helps us. And then I think it was Maddie or me that said, "Well, Ace helps us win challenges." And then you're like, "Are we winning any challenges?" And then I'm like, "You're right, we're not. We gotta vote on Ace." I remember, because we hated losing, and we came back to camp. You're like, Ace is like, "We got."
We're not winning any
No,
daggone challenges.
it's okay. So these challenges, like you have to strategize, and Ace was not doing a very good job at it.
Mm-mm.
But Ace is a
Nope.
competitor. I admit, like it came down to individual challenges. Ace would been he would
Yeah.
have been golden, but he never got there. But
Yes.
in like these team challenges, like
Yes.
um okay, so most of these questions are like answered from us just talking ahead of time.
Okay.
So I know you're getting tired. I can see it in your eyes.
I'm fading.
Yep. So I set up a game called Drawful, and
Okay.
I put a couple of people who want to play Drawful, right?
Okay.
And I put it on based on our season. So it's a game where
Okay.
you want to play on the computer, you want to play on your phone. It doesn't.
We can play it right here on the computer.
Okay, so I'm gonna load it up, and then people can join. Obviously, like I set it up so
Join.
I can't, I shouldn't play because I know all the answers. But
Okay.
but you should play with the fans because this is like I said,
Okay.
this is more about you because I already did an AMA, so this is gonna be
Okay.
fun. So I'm gonna load it up really quick, and then I'll tell you the instructions how to play. Okay?
Okay.
So like the AMA session is over. Like we pretty much
Okay.
answered majority of the questions and
Yes, this was
everything.
fun. Thank
All the
you.
questions that like you wanted to answer and stuff, So, uh,
Yeah.
and now we're just gonna play a game and have fun.
Okay.
It was
Well,
good.
thank you for respecting that.
It's
This has
good.
been a lot of fun.
It's good to come back and talk about the good old times.
Yes.
Everything was fun. Um, where's my drawful game? I'm trying to look for it. I'm getting old, Crystal.
I believe it.
I'm getting so old. Everybody calls me old man now, especially in the gaming community.
Well, in the gaming community, I can see you being
Yeah, kids are
one of the
young.
one of the elders.
Kids are just so young nowadays. Like everyone's playing when they're 12 years old, 13.
Hmm.
It's insane.
Yeah. You remember the shirt you wore in Survivor? You designed it.
Oh yeah, I did. I definitely did. How come my game?
I
Okay.
remember that.
Yeah. I told you. I drew a shirt. Let me turn it down. It's a little loud. So you guys want to play Drawful? We have some spots. I guess this is first come first serve. Um, but Crystal is gonna get in for sure. So let me. A Windows capture. Okay. So I'm gonna have to put this over us, Crystal,
Okay.
because that's how the game works. And
Okay.
let me set this up really quick.
Okay.
Okay, I have to set this up really quick. Just give me a second.
Okay. Take your time.
Oh, I heard that you might be doing a podcast soon with somebody.
Yes. Yeah, tune in. I'll be doing one with Johnny Fairplay. I think it's Monday.
Monday?
I need to go. Yeah, I think it's this Monday.
Why is all these people in already? Hold on. Are they? I have to. Okay, hold on. I'm doing something so wrong.
Um,
I set this up yesterday, so it should. I think people were just a lot of people just joined right away, and
so yeah, it's Monday with
uh
Johnny Fairplay at
huh,
10 p.m. Eastern time.
oh
What's up
yeah.
with all the late podcasts?
I think you just you sleep so early. How's there so many people joining already? What's going on? Are they seeing my screen?
Because everyone wants to play.
Oh, they are seeing my screen. Okay, don't join,
No, I
guys.
can
Yet.
just see.
Don't join yet.
I can see just your camera shot.
Oh my god, they got all the answers already. This is bad. Okay, everyone filled up the. Okay, no one joined. Let Crystal join first. Okay. I need to set this up. Oh god. Hopefully, no one got all the answers. I was just gonna make this fun. Sorry, everyone was joining really quick, and I couldn't make the game. I'm such a noob. There we go. Now it's working. Okay, so Crystal, can you go to a website called jackbox.tv?
Okay, hold on. Alright.
So
Jackbox.tv.
.tv.
Okay.
And then you see, do you see a little code on top?
It says enter 4-letter code.
Yeah. Okay, so the code is FAKG.
FAKG.
Yep. And then you can enter your name. You can be Massive C, Icho Rice.
Okay.
And then join the game.
Press play.
Yep. Okay, so you're Massive C?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so the audience can join too, and I'm gonna. It's just really fun. A little prompt.
Am I supposed to draw?
Yeah, draw a picture of
myself?
yourself. Yeah, draw a picture of yourself. And we have. So we're just gonna play. I can't play because I know the answers and stuff. So the rules of this game, Crystal, is you're gonna draw a prompt, and then people have to guess what your drawing is, and you also have to pull people and guessing what they think it is. So that's how you get points.
Hello.
Okay.
So we have all these. We have all your fans playing right now. You see, like all these guys.
This is not a great picture of myself.
It's okay.
It looks like a kindergartner drew it. Oh Jesus.
So AJ's the VIP since he started it, so he has to hit start. So AJ, if you're there, just
Did you see my picture?
Yep, I see yourself.
I hope I get to see other people's picture because mine sucks.
No, you can see. You see? Oh yeah, you can.
Hey, welcome to Drawful. 8 players, huh? Then we'll have to shovel the coal extra hard this game.
Yeah.
You have
Come on, let's go.
I think you have to tune into my.
All right. If you look at your devices right now,
my
you
stream
can
to
see
see the game
prompt just for you.
Oh,
Something
okay.
Kind of
Sorry.
weird.
So you know that little
Like
stream that I told you to post?
Slimer
Alright, I posted.
Queen
Click on
Rabbit.
that and you can see the pictures.
Draw a picture on your device that would have that title.
Wait,
And
which
when
stream?
You're done, hit
The one
You'll
I
get points for each
the one I
player
sent
that can
you
correctly
on
guess your title.
Twitter.
So, go. Do it.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You just told me to go to Jackbox TV.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can
So
click on twitch.tv and click on my little stream thingy. And that's the game. That's the game that I'm hosting.
All right.
But also
okay.
at this point, draw what you see.
If you're still watching,
Okay, I'm coming.
wishing you could somehow
It's loading now.
You can still join the audience by going to jackbox.tv and entering this.
So this is like twofold. I have to get the answers from Twitch.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then draw what you see. It's better you have dual monitors. I don't think you have dual monitors.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Okay. It says time to draw.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you talking.
Oh yeah. Mute that. Mute that.
Okay. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Oh. It says time to draw. Oh shoot.
Okay, draw.
I'm coming, Kenny.
Draw what you see, and then when you're done, press OK.
Wait, Kenny, no, not yet.
Yeah, you should put Twitch on your phone so you can see it better, but
Yeah, it's on my phone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, something's buffering on my phone. Oh,
Were you able to draw the prompt though, Crystal?
I see a picture. Do you want me to just draw the picture that I see?
In the next 30 seconds or so, it'll
yeah.
be lost. Don't be
Draw something, I think. Draw anything.
Okay, this is what I see.
Okay, draw what you see.
I'm drawing it. Oh.
Draw fast too.
I don't know what this is.
Okay.
Is that right?
I don't know. I don't know if it's right or not.
Okay.
Okay, I drew it.
Okay, then we'll see. Other people are gonna draw it too, so.
Now, take a wild guess at what the prompt for this title could be.
So take a guess what you think that is, Crystal, and put it.
To be honest, this this might be bad.
What is that?
Oh, okay, someone just drew something.
Yeah. So you have to put in what you think it is. And if someone thinks it's what you put, then you'll get points for it.
Come
And
on, typing time is almost up.
What is
Here are your choices. Try to pick the real title and avoid all the garbage everyone else typed in.
Ranty? Block plug? Are you having fun, Crystal?
Yes, I am. Okay.
Do you kind of understand what we're doing, though?
Okay, I think this is it.
So you pick what you think it is.
And here are your picks.
I think I suck at this game. Okay.
So Haley put Randy's cookies because they thought that's Randy's cookies. Do you kind of understand what we're doing, though?
I think this is it.
So you pick what you think it is.
Here are your picks.
I suck at this game. Okay.
Oh, you picked it! Put Randy's cookies because they thought that's Randy's cookies.
But I didn't win that. I didn't pick Randy's cookies.
No, you picked the right one. You picked Golden Child. That was the right drawing.
Yes.
Now,
I suck at this game.
drawing.
Okay.
Oh, you picked it!
Convincing title.
Randy's cookies because they thought that's Randy's cookies.
But I didn't win that. I didn't pick Randy's cookies.
No, you picked the right one. Golden Child. Crystal, there's an echo on your
Oh.
Yeah, turn down the volume. There we go.
Okay. All right. I turned it off.
Yeah. But you can watch on your phone, Crystal, and you guess what it is. So right
Okay.
now you want to put what you think this is, and then if people can guess yours and you fool them, then they'll get it right.
Quick, type in.
But I don't know what that is. It's like 2 M's or something.
It's what I thought was on my screen.
Yeah.
And here are your choices.
What is that? That's like 2 big M's. Is that a lazy river? Randy's heart rate?
So I'm supposed to select it?
Yeah, you're supposed to guess what that drawing is. And if someone
None of these things.
Let's see what people
just
pick.
guess it. So people thought it was a lazy river. So Gionette thought that said lazy river, and she got all these points because people thought it was a lazy river. You get it?
Oh. Okay. That one I'm really lost.
So what did you put as your little thing? What did you think it was?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Randy's heart rate.
You drew that?
Yeah.
You drew that? That was massive C. You're supposed to draw yourself. And like a massive C. But you drew 2 rivers.
All right, let's do it.
I don't know. Am I explaining this really badly to you?
I suck at this game.
That's okay. You're doing good. You're doing good.
Title.
You're doing good. You're doing good. What is that? It's
Hey, I'm serious.
I don't know what
Time
that
is
is.
up.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to make the title for drawing that you think other people would guess.
Here are
Yeah.
your choices. Just pick one.
Saibot doesn't know what to pick, but there's 17 people in the audience, so they also give you more points, so it's pretty crazy.
Okay, who picked what?
You're like, Crystal, you drew that?
Okay, so you thought that was an engagement ring, right?
Yeah.
So you got some points from the audience because they also thought it was.
Oh, okay, good, great.
So Saibot thought this was Maddie during the loved one's visit.
Yeah, that was me.
So the correct answer was Maddie's wedding ring there, Crystal.
Oh, okay.
So you're not doing bad. You're in 5th place. Wait, no, you're in 4th place right now.
Oh, okay. I have to get more right then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Up next.
Whoa, what is that? It looks like 2 people.
It might be a delay.
Yeah, there's a slight delay, but it's okay.
Oh, so I need to put what I think it is?
And you hope that people are gonna guess that, so you get
People,
points for it.
just type something in.
Okay.
And then you should pick what you think it is afterwards to get points.
Okay.
And here are your choices.
I wasn't fast enough.
Okay, so you probably missed this round.
Select an answer. Come on.
But now you pick what you think that drawing is, Crystal, right here.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And here are your picks.
Damn, Haley is destroying. She fooled everybody in that one. Wrestling challenge. AJ got So Crystal, just to let you know, this is based off our season of Gabon.
Yeah, I can tell.
Okay. So that was actually what it was. Forget you go home.
And I was gonna write going to a confessional or something.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're in 5th place. So you still got a shot.
Okay.
And now, this drawing.
Oh, that's me yelling.
Is that you yelling?
That's
Well,
what it said.
don't tell me because people can hear us.
No, it's the picture that I saw.
No, I know. This is the picture that you saw, so don't tell me. So what you should write right now is if you think that's you yelling is like Crystal yelling or something, or like Crystal shot calling, and then
No.
if people think that that's the picture, that's what it is, then you get points.
Hey,
Okay.
I'm serious. Time is up. Okay, here are your choices.
Telekinesis. Ace's dual citizenship. Eat your rice.
Oh.
Me not know. I think this one's pretty easy to get though. The guy who drew this did a good job.
And here are your picks.
Can I change my answer?
Oh, you got it. You got pretty close with that. Wow, AJ getting some points, coming back.
Whoop, whoop.
But you missed a little apostrophe on that one, Crystal.
Yeah.
So right now, Haley's in the lead, and then AJ and then Cybot, Gionette. I think you're 6, but you can come back from this.
Next up.
You're so encouraging.
Apparently that's a bow tie. Cybot, you gotta get right on the point with it.
Quick, type in anything.
Also, to the people who are drawing, don't write any words or anything. That's kind of cheating. But those are usually the rules.
Here are your choices. Oh.
Hobby Pros, King of Gabon, what is this? King of Coda? Live, laugh, love?
And here are your picks.
That was a pretty good guess, Crystal.
Which one was it?
You guessed Bob Soul Winner,
Yeah.
but that's not it. You'll see.
Oh. No, I guess Bob crowned as winner.
Yeah, that wasn't it.
Oh.
King of Gabon.
You're right on the dot. But who was the King of Gabon of our season?
Obviously Bob, he won.
I thought Randy said he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, Crystal, I know. We's almost done.
Okay.
Type in a title now.
Oh wait, I lost the Twitch thing. Okay, here it is. Okay. Wait, it says enter a title, but nothing's come up yet. Oh, there it is. There it is.
Wait, there's some delay.
Oh, I know what that is.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
Looks like a mushroom and a hand and some guy throwing a spear to me.
Come on. Typing
I think I got all the points on that one. Oh, it said I got too close to the real title.
Oh, that means you know what it is.
Here are your choices. Oh.
What's butt stuff?
Pick something.
That one was easy.
Let's see what people picked.
Some of them are easy, some of them are not.
Hello.
Physical threat. Did you get that one right?
I think so.
And Cybot is the winner.
Oh, okay.
And this will show you who had the most likes. Cybot with 14 likes? Jeez, bro. Calm down. Okay, so that's it, Crystal. Did you have fun?
Fun. Thank you.
Okay.
This was a lot of fun, Kenny.
Okay, yeah. So you have another I guess a little podcasting with Fair Play, I guess. And then yeah, I think we're gonna call it. We answered most of the questions we just talked about, like our season. It was good to catch up with you, obviously.
Yes, you as
times,
well.
Good times. And yeah,
Yes.
we'll keep on we'll keep in contact now, since it's been like
Yes.
11 years since we spoke.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
It has been a pleasure, Kenny.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for having me.
You want to say anything to like Survivor Reddit, all your fans for this AMA? You want to say anything to
Yes,
anybody?
definitely. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so. Yes. Thank you for Survivor Reddit for having me, for setting up this AMA. Kenny, thank you for co-hosting the AMA this evening. It was a lot of fun just catching up with you and reminiscing.
For sure. Yeah.
Thank you to all the fans that posted questions that just kind of wanted to know what I've been doing for all these years. And I'm here, and I'm surviving.
Yeah, if you guys have like any other questions
just
for
thank
Crystal.
you for all the love.
Yeah, you have any other questions for questions for Crystal? Like she has a Twitter. Where can they reach you at to ask you these questions or like say things or keep.
Yeah, I am super active on Facebook. So my Facebook page is Crystal Cox Walker. You can find me there. Or you can find me on Twitter at NC Elite Cox.
Okay, that's good then.
So yeah,
I'm glad we did this AMA. Hopefully this answered a couple questions. It was nice to just talk about old times on Survivor. Always good to catch up on it and remind us about certain historic things that we did or forgot,
Yes, a lot that we forgot or I forgot. It's kind of sad.
I remember a lot of stuff. Go ahead.
I think I'm more so just sad that I didn't realize that both camps hated me so much.
No.
It kind of crushed me.
I don't know the reason, but I mean, I liked you when I was out there.
Thank you.
I liked you. We had no issues.
Yes, I would prefer to have one good friend.
Maybe a few of our castmates will contact you and be like, "Oh, this is the reason," or who knows?
Yes.
Afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been 10, 12 years. Please let me know.
I thought it's because they thought you were like the alpha, like the leader that Ace was trying to be, and you were intimidating, and you had like I said, you had beef with about everybody when they came to camp for some reason. You were just you were just going at it with them. So I think it also had to do with tribal council with Jeff, because Jeff would always ask these questions and you would give it to him hard, down and dirty, compared to anybody else. So
yeah.
So that's what I think, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, and that might be the truth. That could very well be the truth. So
yeah.
Fun times, Kenny. It's been a pleasure. And let's keep in touch.
For sure. All right. Thanks for having us. Thank you, Survivor Reddit again. Thank you to all the fans who supported Crystal or me.
Yes.
We did this because we love you guys. And we wanted to catch up, so we wanted you guys to be a part of it. Other than that, hit us up. You guys want to know any more things that we didn't answer? Hit us up and we'll try to answer them. Other than that, then we're just gonna peace. Do you want me to post this on YouTube and stuff if you want to see it later, or?
Yeah, you can.
That's up to you. I don't have to. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can. I'm sure inquiring fans want to know. So yes, definitely go for it.
Okay, I will probably post this on YouTube or something if you guys want to look at it for Survivor and stuff. Okay, sweet. All right. Good night, Crystal.
Good night, Kenny. You have a good one, and thank you guys again. Love you guys.
Okay. Peace.
Bye bye.